to tonight's stream with our fine contestants here for tonight's entertainment. We want to quickly give a shout out to The Forge. We appreciate the usage of their site. Hosting of Foundry, check out The Forge for your services. Without further ado, let's begin tonight's greetings with Mr. Mixed Nuts. How's it going?
Things have been well.
Good.
Got a lot of stuff that I've been doing for the last wrap up of like the outside of my house, the outside of my mom's house. You know, 60 to 70 degree weather in the, you know, second to third week of November here is absolutely unheard of. So, you know, shirt sleeves to work in the yard for the end of it was actually really kind of nice today.
Nice.
As much as working in the yard can be considered nice.
Still work.
It is. But it could be worse. I could have been doing it, you know, tomorrow when it's supposed to be 40 degrees and raining the whole time. So I'm gonna choose that as a win.
Agreed.
Didn't do much streaming today. Been doing a little bit of different stuff. Like this last week, I did Subnautica on Tuesday and Thursday, and then standard Project Zomboid for the rest of the week. Next week, I'll be streaming maybe 1 or 2 days. Probably not much beyond that because I will be out of town for the remainder of the week. So beyond that, I will be starting up a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. On Fridays is going to be the dates that I will be doing it. Exactly when, as of yet, we're still looking at a couple of weeks out probably before we end up getting that all set up. But beyond that, it's been pretty much the same.
I will be lurking on you on that.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have scheduled thing on Friday nights.
I know.
My wife says she has to pick one day a week, and so that's one she picked, so.
Hey.
Not an argument you want to make.
Yeah, no, honey, I can't spend any time with you, especially when you've chosen a specific day. That'll
right.
go over really well.
Yeah, I knew you'd get it.
Oh.
Because I know you have one.
Oh, yeah. And she wanted me to watch a movie with her tonight, and I'm like, it's Cyberpunk Red Night. She just kind of looked at me and went, well, I'm going to go watch the movie anyway. And I'm like, okay.
Yep. So. Well, cool. Keep it up, man. See you when you're back around. But yeah, I join you on the whole next week is probably no stream week for me. Unless I can figure out how to get my mobile to do it and play something on that.
Mobile games.
Oh, no. There's cloud gaming through Game Pass.
You can use Steam too.
It works, but it's a little glitchy once in a while, but it's not bad.
This thing's too outdated for that for me.
Be surprised.
Oh, trust me, it's too outdated for it.
I understand you. The only reason mine isn't is because the phone company said if I didn't upgrade my phone, they were going to just turn my phone off. So I had to get a new one. Okay?
Oh, wow. You had to get it. You had an ancient one.
So, Matt in the Hat, how are you doing? Tell us how your stream's gone.
Yeah, I had a really successful stream yesterday. I did 3.5 hours of singing. Oh my god. So it was big. My viewers didn't let me go. They're just like, you need to keep going, man. And I'm like, my voice. I need to protect my voice. So it was really good. So yeah, going well. I'll probably try and do, so in the new year, my goal will be definitely once a week.
Nice.
Leading up for the music stream, and then additional for other things, right? So because I am a variety streamer. But leading up to then, it's like maybe once a week if I can manage it, because I got a lot going on. So I do have some other plans for streams before the end of the year. My in-game groups and stuff are coming to the end of their chapter 2 for Eberron campaign that I've written using Pathfinder 2, and that's all been going pretty well. We did have a development this week because there was a character that had we had a character die, and a player brought a new character in, and not on purpose, I don't think, but he just misunderstood what he could do, and it meant that it meant bad things for the game. And so after that session, I had to revisit some things and just like go and look for proper rules and like say, hey, actually this is, we need to just be a little bit more on board with like what your skills do, what your abilities do. So that was a little bit tiny bit of a downer, but in the grand scheme of things, everything's going really well. Very positive, and yeah, lots of hours. I estimated that it would be in January. So January is a down month for me, but I will need to, on average, do 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, every day in January to be ready for Chapter 3, just for my my in-game my home games. So that's on average to get it ready, because it's about
Ouch.
about 150 hours of work to get the chapter ready and done. So a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's what I'll be doing.
And
but we got Christmas before then, so
good luck with
Sounds
your
good.
repairs next week.
repairs.
Your computer?
Oh yeah. Be putting my computer in. It's not repairs. It's like upgrades.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me, bro.
Yay, grades.
I will be getting an SSD. Finally, I'll be able to play Starfield. Finally, I'll be able to hopefully play a few other games with less lag or less loading times. Is the plan. So yeah, we'll see.
Get an M.2.
We actually.
Get an M.2.
Yeah, definitely going to be doing that. So
Yeah,
it's taken me. What do you? 2 months? DM probably 2 months to save. 3 months maybe.
I think it's 2.5 ish, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, to just get enough money to be able to do that, and so I'm finally able to do that this week, and because we have an off week for your streaming.
Yep.
As well, so it's a nice convenient time. Everything just fitted in really well. It's like, well, DM's away, I've got my computer stuff going on, and so it's just slotted in really nicely. We'll be able to resume our joint streams. We're going to be doing some Wulong, which we tried for the first time this week. So 2 weeks from now, we'll do another. Well,
That's
2
a
weeks
doozy.
from the Friday, we'll be doing that. I actually got through that fight, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I went back and did some more leveling. I got like maybe one more level, and then I managed to get through it so that we can actually play multiplayer.
Good.
So that will be good. Anyway, I'll shut up. But
No,
that's
you're doing
good.
great. Awesome, man. Yeah, no, I look forward to that. So, just for those who know, this is Matt and I's first Souls-like game.
Oh God.
So we don't know what we're doing.
You're
It's
in for it.
not
What
our
game did you pick?
Wulong Dynasty, Fallen Dynasty. So
We really like the themes. Like there's like Chinese mythology and
Yeah.
spirit beasts and cool stuff. It's like we're gonna try that.
Well, if you like it, I can't recommend Remnant 2 enough.
recommend what?
I've heard good things.
Remnant 2.
Remnant.
Oh, Remnant 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd really call Remnant Souls-like, though.
Souls like with guns.
It's difficult enough to be considered Souls-like. I played both Remnant 1 and Remnant 2.
I've played
I've
Remnant
also
1.
played
I haven't done
all of
2.
this, all of the Souls-like. I've played all the Dark Souls. I've played Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Remnant definitely qualifies as long as you're not trying to dumb down the difficulty on it. You dumb down the difficulty on any game, though.
Yeah. I don't remember what I played Remnant at, but I had someone who knew what they were doing. I played it, so that could be why I managed to survive. Actually, Matt knows who it was. Error was the one that I played Remnant with, and so I survived. Go figure, right?
Error is great.
I just chat. I love it. All right. Azrael, what's going on with you, man? I haven't seen you streaming lately.
Not much. Yeah. Energy level really stinks. Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. You saw the puppy earlier. Like, she takes like basically all of my energy that isn't dedicated to kids and my work. So, yeah. I mean, I tend to like whenever I end up coming downstairs, I end up watching like one of us play something and just playing maybe play Starfield, and sometimes I actually like don't even get started playing. Like I end up just like my energy level is so low that like I end up just laying on the floor and just like taking a nap, quote unquote, before I wake up and then actually go upstairs and go to bed. So I don't know. Yeah, I love Starfield. I'm at a. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I'm at a very important point in the main story arc that I now have figured out how Bethesda implemented their NG Plus.
Oh, are you at the end?
I'm not. I wouldn't call it the end, but like I'm getting to the end of the Constellation story arc. So it's a great story. Like if you only play the main story, it's still worth the 50 something hours that you put in.
50?
No, just if you just play the Constellation storyline, it's probably like 50, 60 hours. But
DM's got more than 50 hours just shipbuilding.
Oh my fucking god! Like no, he does. Like seriously, like I go in there literally daily, and I see you play.
Hey.
And like you're up to what, 150 now?
I don't know.
Shipbuilding, colony building, and
I haven't done the outpost building
like
much.
surveying stuff before I actually stopped playing.
He hasn't done the outpost. He's literally put so much time. into
We
shipbuilding.
just started outpost
He
building
has great
last session
designs.
because of nuts, actually.
Yeah, I told him to build an outpost, and he picked a planet that to do food on. He picked a planet that's got it's got gastronomical delight and no fiber. Wow.
But I told you about my facepalm afterwards while you were streaming.
I use an ultra widescreen monitor, and Starfield doesn't support that. So when I try to do the shipbuilding, the cursor is about a third of the screen off to the right of where it should be.
Ooh,
Oh, that sucks.
that's not cool.
It's really annoying. Also, whenever you're trying to like navigate and put a point on a planet,
Yeah.
you're clicking way off to the right of the planet.
There's a mod for that.
Yeah, there's a mod. But I didn't want
There's
to
always a mod. There's always a mod for that. And I'm thankful to Dime for actually
introducing
walking
you to
me
the
through, walking me
modding.
through that. Because now I have Star UI, I have Star UI Workbench, Star UI inventories. I have like all the Star UI stuff. I have the community patch, which is excellent. Then there's like this realistic lighting effects.
Mhm.
Just everything is just. It looks so much better now.
You don't play a Bethesda game without the community patch. Period.
Well, I mean, you can for 12
No.
to 15 minutes before the game crashes.
No. It's just a basic quality of life, stay sane option. Don't do it. Let me
But
see.
anyway, I'm really happy with everything so far.
Where do they show hours played? I'm trying to find that for you.
I think you have to actually go,
there it
into,
is.
go into like the load.
154 hours is what it claims.
Let me look at mine real quick.
That's like the last 2 weeks worth of time that I've played on just Zomboid.
Hey, I leave it up during work. I'm not always playing it, but I play it during meetings. So sometimes it's just sitting there, like in the shipbuilder. So they count you sitting in the shipbuilder not doing anything as time, I think.
That sucks. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Anything in the game is time.
You don't even actually have to be all the way in the game. If you're just on the title screen and it's running, it's counting.
Exactly. So like
Well,
I was in
that's
the
counting,
shipbuilder.
like, hours in the game. I mean, like actual save game. Like if I go into load a game, like mine has 5 days, 11 hours, and 41 minutes.
I could load it up for that. I don't know how much it is. I think it said 10 days, but I think when I'm shipbuilding, it's still counting that, but I could be wrong. But yeah,
I cracked 1,800 hours on Zomboid this last week, so
That's just amazing. He's
And
only
you
been
are-
playing
you are really
he's
good
been
at that
playing
game,
since
man.
February. He's only been playing since February.
Yep,
All day, every day.
yeah,
Basically,
almost.
basically been what I've streamed pretty much continuously since I started streaming. So
It's actually
It's
paid off
what-
for you too. You've grown quicker than I have because I don't stick with one game like that long. So I never seem to build up as much.
and it reached a certain point where it kind of plateaued for how much I was gaining from that, because obviously there are only so many people that want to watch this game. But like last week when I threw Subnautica into the rotation, I ended up with like 10 or 12 new people popped into the stream immediately. So, I mean,
Nice.
I have to do some rotation of some stuff,
Yep.
because otherwise, I like Zomboid, but I don't want to burn myself on the game that most of my community wants to watch, because then it becomes drudgery, not fun. I don't want to do that.
Yep. I get it. I get it. And that's why I'll switch around what I play to things, because I don't want to drain myself and be like, okay, I'm done. I don't like it. Right? Because then it's not fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think Verdant or Malkov, either of you stream? No, Verdant, you said you don't. You considered it.
I don't know.
And I think Malkov, you said you
So you're
didn't.
vlogging, not streaming.
Nah. No,
Okay.
no interest in streaming. Really.
No, it's all good. Verdant, how's your life been? Anything crazy going on?
Hang on, let me think about the last week. Surprisingly, no.
Nice.
So wait, you've had 2 weeks in a row without lunacy? Nice.
Right?
I know, it's shocking.
It's all because Thanksgiving's coming. Just wait till after that, and then
Right.
buckle up, bucko.
Yeah.
okay. One reason is like, so your job is relatively calm right now, right?
There's some
So-so.
customers that
You
are trying to
your
send
kids?
stuff in before the holidays.
No, he doesn't.
But hey,
Okay, I know he didn't. I
Yeah.
just wanted to double check.
He said he didn't, so.
Are you married?
no.
Okay.
There's half you're crazy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. You get to outsource the crazy.
Yes, I do.
Let's see. Malkov, do you have kids?
No.
Okay. So 3 of us on stream have kids, 3 of us don't.
Correct.
Hey, my kids are all adults.
It's true.
But they're
Which,
still your kids.
oh yeah, they're still my kids, but I use the phrase adults lightly because only one of them has cracked 25, and I don't really
Well, you're
consider.
barely an adult.
Oh, this is true.
Well, cool. Malkov, anything with you to update anyone? Or?
No, not really.
Okay.
You know, we've been playing games.
Well, welcome in.
Here for some Cyberpunk, and then I'll be playing on Fridays and mix nuts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, let's get this show on the road and see what kind of chaos happens tonight.
I apologize for the smell in the van. I had to put the fire out.
Old news.
So who wants to recap for us of what's happened the last episode or 2? Or 3 or 4, based on the fact that it's kind of tied.
big cyber psycho fight. Giant mechanical mutated wolf that inflicted nanite rabies on several people. Blackstone got it first and worst, so we turned him into a live-action reenactment of Metallica's One in order to keep it from spreading. Had the fight of our lives because we had 0 traps, and Zid did have explosives, but until Zid and Harlan turned into an Olympic sniper duo. And mind you, Harlan's doing this with a shotgun.
Like I said, my idea of melee is to put the shotgun against it and pull the trigger.
Which you did many times.
Twice, at
Very
least
much
twice.
appreciated. Let's see. In the midst of this fight, there are injured nomads in the basement that are stabilized. Let's see. We put Blackstone back together, and then Blackstone and Stitcher decided it was a great idea to try and homebrew alcohol. Meanwhile, Zid and Harlan went to go get the map for this old transit system that the smokers are riding over with a freaking combat train straight out of... I was going to say Snowpiercer, but that's not right. Anyway, combat train. So, yeah, they got the map back, and they're coming back to some freaking engine fluid, basically.
That's engine degreaser. That's not something I'm drinking.
I mean,
I would
kills
not
brain
hurt
cells, that's
you.
what you wanted, right?
I would not hurt you, okay? You can watch me drink it first. I'll drink it first, just to test.
You're good. You don't have biological eyeballs. You can't tell me that moonshine's not going to make me go blind. You don't have the equipment that'll ruin. And I can't afford the humanity to put in new eyes.
They'll probably rig up an endoscopy given enough time, but hey.
Where's the trust?
So as this is going on, with these two getting back, Harlan and Zid, tell the others they got awesome data. They find the two out back, making a Jimmy Rig still of some sort, to have some sort of Jimmy Rig moonshine that is likely to cause unknown events, and they start discussing that. The camera pans out, and time rolls back. You see the sun go backwards a bit, and you see 5 days ago in Night City, a Reclaimer's representative is sitting down in a bar, waiting for someone to arrive. Shade, would you describe yourself to our lovely viewers as you come walking into this lovely bar to meet your contact?
Shade would stride in with an extreme amount of confidence, very lithe on his feet. He's thin, wiry build, wearing what looks to be somewhat decorated armor jack, and wearing a black conical hat. On his back he's got a katana and a assault rifle, and on his hip he's got a heavy pistol.
You see your Reclaimer's contact that your fixer told you had a job for you, sitting at a table.
Okay, I'll look around and see if anybody's watching the table, and then take a seat.
Okay, roll perception. That is a 18. You see there is 4 individuals of varying degrees of capabilities that seem to be keeping an eye on it. One seems to be a netrunner of some sort. One seems to be a fairly large, muscular individual. And then there's 2 others who kind of are in the corner talking, who keep looking over and keeping an eye on the area. They all have Reclaimer badges kind of on their shoulder. They have reclaimer
Okay.
symbol.
They're not trying to hide their presence or anything.
No, they're not like staring, but you can tell they're trying to keep an eye on things, make sure that probably their boss doesn't get into trouble.
Okay. I'll sit down at the table.
Ah, you must be Shade. So, our mutual contact says that you can get in and out of places fairly unobstructed. Not true.
Yeah, for the most part. Depends on the security.
Light, but how do you do with creatures and their senses?
Creatures. Define creatures.
Canine sort?
Oh, I suppose we could distract them?
Don't know. That's why we're looking for hiring someone. We're putting a group together to head in there, but we wanted to check on our forward team and see what's going on. So we needed someone who can, slip in there, scout out the area, see what's going on, and what's happened, and keep us appraised of the situation. No need to get yourself, broiled in any sort of major combat. Just protect yourself and feed info back to me.
Okay. What's the target?
Santa Rosa, it's to the north. We have a reclaimers team there who's supposed to be feeding back intel. Something's going on with their communications, we're not sure. So we need someone to get up there, take a look at what's going on, and report back. They do have a contingency of hired danger gals to babysit them, but one of them's a little bit of a wisecrack. It's a little bit explosive. So we just want to make sure status on it before we get there, so we know what we're walking into. Told you kind of have some skills and have kind of shown your capabilities, so we thought we'd reach out and see if it's something you're interested in doing for us.
What's the pay?
500 eddies after completion of the job.
You have transportation?
We can get you close. We have a AV that we'll need, but we can drop you on the outskirts and you'll have to go on foot from there and scout out, or if you have some light transport that can be transported, we can drop that off with you.
Okay.
But we can get you to the outskirts of the city. That's for sure.
All right. What time of day?
You can pick the time of day you want to arrive. If you prefer to go at night, you can do that. If you prefer to go in the day, you can do that. It's what you feel is best. That's your tactical choice. Your life, your choice. We kind of feel that that's a better way to do it.
Let's go in about 2 hours before dawn.
All right. You want to do it tonight?
Sure.
All right. Well, he hands you a piece of paper showing an address. I'll have the AV there to pick you up and shortly so that you can get up there. It's going to take a few hours flight. So we'll pick you up, you said, a few hours before dawn. So we'll pick you up tonight. Jots down the time on the paper. And good luck. Here's my info. He sends you a message on your agent with his contact info. Just
right.
check in,
there.
keep me appraised of what's going on.
I'll get up and leave.
Goes Shade. As he departs, the camera fades back into overview of Santa Rosa as this two vehicles arrive in Santa Rosa. And the chaos that ensued there. That morning, Shade, you're dropped off out on the outskirts, and two vehicles approach Santa Rosa fairly quickly from the east. From your vantage point on the outside of the city, you can kind of see that. Do you move in to the city, or do you head towards those vehicles? What would you do?
So they're heading towards where the
Santa
contact-
Rosa, the city that you were told to keep an eye on and report back on reclaimers' positions and what's going on.
Okay. I'll move in so that I can, possibly hear if there's any conversations that are going to go on. I'll just try and sneak in amongst buildings on the outskirts.
Okay.
And I'll make my way towards where the vehicles look like they were heading.
Yeah. So by the time
It's
you
not
get,
a very big town, is it?
it's a ghost city. So it's an
like
old
Crossroads.
ghost city. It's fairly decent size, but there's not a lot of people. So the fact that there's cars moving makes it very clear. Oh, look, there's something.
All right, as I'm making my way towards the edge of town, I'll radio in. If there's a contact within a mile, I've got a radio communicator. If not, then I'll just send it through the agent that there are 2 cars approaching. Describe the basic description of the cars.
You know you'd probably have to send it via the agent this far out.
Okay.
But,
I'll send it via agent. Just quick description of the cars.
Let's have you roll a deduction based on what you're seeing.
Deduction.
Yeah.
It's
Under education. Left-hand side of the skills, all the way on the bottom, you'll see halfway. Yeah, you're not sure what vehicles they are. One seems to be fairly armored with a gun on top, and one is like a van. And they seem to be traveling together.
Okay.
So you report that back, and the reclaimer message comes in a few moments later from your contact saying, not reclaimer vehicles, stay wary. We've heard there is some raiders in the area. So by the time you get up there, you see the armored vehicle sitting there with someone on top looking out, manning it. You see some people talking on the ground, and the van's missing.
Can I hear it moving around? Like, it's probably quiet out here, I'm imagining.
You heard the other van kind of like move and get fainter because there's not a lot of noise, right? So that's why you heard that.
Okay.
So you know it left. You don't know where to, except that it sounded like it headed into the city somewhere.
Okay.
But you do know there is Danger Gal's contingent watching any of the reclaimers, so you know you need to be careful and not just, you know, go charging in there gung-ho. But you do need to locate them and find out what's going on.
Okay. What are the people around the armored vehicle doing?
Just talking there.
Okay. Can I get close enough to hear what they're saying?
You can roll a stealth. You know that there's a chance they could find you if you move too close. Do you have heightened hearing or anything, or just standard?
No, just perception, just my raw perception.
Okay.
Well, I'll try and get close without entering line of sight, and just be as quiet and slow.
Okay. Roll a stealth and a perception. Then again, if you had lip reading and you could see him, that would work. 23. So you are able to hide in a building that's the closest possible without getting out of cover.
Oh, nice.
You hear some of what they're talking about. Like, you hear that one of them's like, "They're the nomads. They're going in to check for the... Our friends are watching us." And he gestures over his shoulder.
That's a really good lip reading. Holy shit.
You have no lip reading, but somehow roll a double 10. So the guy introduces himself and says, "Hey, you guys are with the Nomads. Nice to meet you. I'm Knockall with the Reclaimers. We have the Danger Girls over there watching over us. Keep an eye on things. I see your other group headed into the city with my friend to see what's going on there. You guys can hang out here with us while we wait to hear back from him. We should be having a contingency of the Reclaimers coming in a few days."
Wow.
Which,
I will report that through the agent by typing it in.
yeah, which your contact did tell you in a few days they are coming with their convoy, and that's why they wanted to make sure they knew the status. So that lines up with what you heard.
Well, I'll just tell them. Yeah, I'll just tell them what these people are here right now, and it looks to be they have nomads with them, and as much of the specific text as I can type in there.
Yep. So he's like, "Excellent work. Thank you for the heads up." Do you send him your location? Like GPS coordinates?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then I will move on towards the direction that I heard the van moving.
Okay.
Try and scout more of the city.
Okay, so you're going to leave the Reclaimer and Nomads and head for the other vehicle.
Yeah, I want to check out what they're doing.
Okay. It is a ways into the city, so it'll take a while to get there.
Okay.
You get there towards nightfall. But you have to be extra quiet because you start seeing some sort of creatures on 4 legs moving around. So you...
Is the city dense enough that I could stick to rooftops?
You can try. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few points where you'll have to be extra careful unless you have some sort of equipment to not fall through a roof or something. But
no, but I'll
you can mostly
I'll
do that.
prioritize stealth over height.
Okay. So, let's see. You're fairly competent in that. Let you have you roll a what would we call that? Either you can do threat detection or tactics. Be the two I could think of that would work well.
Is that a skill, threat detection?
Threat detection is a roll ability skill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't have any points in it. But hey, you can still do it if you want to try. And then tactics is a education skill.
Okay, well, since I can move points as an action in the roll ability.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, you can reassign
Nifty.
them as an action.
Okay.
Or during initiative, you automatically get to assign them. And
Got
then
it.
every turn you can take an action to reassign the points.
Well, there you go. Well, you can do that freely then. Most rolls don't have that ability.
Yeah, it's really flexible.
Nice.
I guess that's what makes the solo really good.
Crazy. Yeah, they can shift their stuff around. That's nice. Well, there you go.
Yeah, if I just happen to randomly get up, it's because of her. Because it's just.
What's fun is the rest of the party kind of knows where some of this is headed, based on the fact that they've played through what you're seeing.
So I keep my mouth shut.
Let's see. Threat detection, +1 to perception for each rank in it. So let's put it at...
There you go.
And we'll just put all 5 of them in there.
Okay. Go ahead for a roll.
So I'm trying to
that.
sneak around anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. That auto added into perception then? Is that how that's going to work?
It should put it under... Yeah, if you click it, you'll see under total mod. It's there.
Oh yeah, cool.
19. So you see these canid kind of creatures are kind of odd, and you recall that sense of smell is probably something they're fairly keen at. So you go ahead and use some of the area around you to kind of disguise your scent.
Yeah.
And you take an area to oversee, and they pass through. As it starts getting dark, you take up a point overlooking the van. You're finally able to get there. These dogs moving. Hunker down, watching them through the night. As they move on, that's where you finally decide you can rest and sleep. Right? Because you don't want to go to sleep with dogs on the prowl
No.
right around your area. So then you get to sleep.
No, I'd probably make sure I'm elevated somewhere where they're not going to accidentally walk past.
Yeah, a top floor of a building. Yeah. You're woken in the morning by the sound of the van roaring to life, as it just tears off like a maniac back towards the mounted gun area.
Towards where they came into town?
Yeah, where they came in, where you saw the other guys. Like, they took off like some insane nut job is behind them. Like, they just tore
I guess
out
I'm
of
gonna
here.
Just, is anybody else around?
No.
Listen before I look.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll a perception. You don't see anyone with a quick glance, but if you want to roll perception to kind of seek a little bit further. So you hunker down, looking around, listening. Nothing. Absolute silence. The city is dead. The only noise you hear is the sound of the van.
Okay, I'll text in again, report in again. Van just took off from this point back towards where the armored vehicle was. No sounds at all. Canine creatures seem to be absent.
Okay.
And then any reports in? Question mark.
No reports as of yet. We will check with Danger Gal contact and see if they've heard anything.
Okay.
Please investigate.
I'll head back towards the way the van went.
So you get there a while later, and you see that they are loading injured people into the vehicles and heading east out of town. You notice there's numerous explosions marks all over this area.
But I didn't hear them?
It was far enough away last night, it almost sounded like thunder in the distance.
Okay.
Because it's a good, probably an hour or so walk at least over to where they were. So it sounds like, when they do like fireworks far off, you kind of hear them like, it's kind of that. So it almost sounded more like thunder because of how it was. It sounded like thunder in the distance. But now that you're thinking last night, you recall after you went to sleep, you kind of pulled your hat down and stuff because you thought it was going to rain, but it never did. And that's when you trigger the memory. Oh, that wasn't thunder. That was demolitions.
Are there any bodies?
You do notice a few bodies. There's a few humanoid bodies. However, there is a number of the canine bodies laying around. And as you look and see this, you see those two vehicles take off east out of town.
Okay. And they're burning rubber, like they're just...
Oh yeah, they're trying to get out of here, like something bad is around.
Well, as soon as the sound of them retreating dissipates, I'm going to listen, particularly for any more of these canine creatures.
As you listen, you don't even need to roll a perception. Some idiot left explosives in the room. And you hear a... Oh. And you see a flash down one of the alleys. A while later, you hear something similar again. And you hear the howling of these dogs coming towards this area.
I'm going to clear out.
Okay. Where are you heading?
East.
East?
Yeah, I'll head east.
Okay, so you're going to follow him? Are you going to stay in the buildings, or are you going to go out in the open?
I'm still going to prioritize evading and stealth until I can't hear the dogs anymore.
Okay. So you hunker down in a building because see there's a bit of a straightaway open area where you're not going to be able to hide. You still hear some of the dogs. You see a pack of them leave the city. Some of them have scorch marks and chunks. They head out of the city to the east.
Like they're chasing them or following them?
Like they're trying to follow the cars.
God. What psychopath job is this?
Do you stay there? Like you were told just to report. You were told you didn't have to engage.
I'm not gonna engage.
Okay.
At all.
Do you hunker there or do you head further with... You don't know if the dogs are going to come back or if they're just gone that road way.
So there's no more town to the east here, really. I'm on the edge.
No, there's a bit of an open stretch.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head away from the dogs, back towards town, and try and look for the people that are supposed to be found. And
okay. You go back through. You go down the town, picking your path carefully.
I'll take pictures of the bodies.
Okay. Do you notice?
And send those in.
There's not a lot of body left.
If there's any face at all, or distinctive
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
clothing.
not. There's no face.
Okay, any distinctive clothing?
Gears ripped to shreds. There's a few bits you can see here and there where there is a Danger Gal mark or a Reclaimer's emblem. But a lot of it is just gone.
Okay. Well,
Like,
quick pictures and then get
Consumed
the
and
hell
ripped to
out of
shreds. How far do you follow the path of death and such? From
there. Is
the
it
scene
leading
of-
back towards the way I came from last night?
Yeah. Well, no. If you go back to the blast point, right, where I mentioned you saw the vehicles,
Yeah.
you look and you see it looked like one vehicle had been smashed on its side or something and skiffed on the ground. Marks. And then it looks like it got flipped back over because they both were driving and left. And you see a path that they took away that they then came back down walking. So you know they went that way and were up that way into the town to the north of where you are right now, looking at this demolition area where you see a few chunks of human and canid remains.
Okay.
And they hightailed out east, but they did go north and came back north, and saw them hightail out east after that part.
Okay. Well, they went north and they didn't find the people that they're looking for.
You did see them loading people into the vehicle before they hightailed it out. And they loaded people into the two vehicles. Quite
How
a
many
few.
people?
Didn't get a full head count because you just saw they were putting a few into the vehicle.
Like few, dozen, 2
the
dozen?
vehicle looked fairly well packed. You didn't get a head
Okay.
count because of that.
Okay.
It was at a capacity that it shouldn't be at. You didn't get that.
Okay, well, I'll report all that and then ask if they've gotten any further intel.
Last report from Danger Gals was they were under attack by some beasts. Uncertain as to current status.
Okay. I mean, the armored vehicle, I'll say armored vehicle yours, question mark, tracking, question mark.
No response from Reclaimer's party.
Okay. All right, well, I'll head north then.
Okay.
I'll
You
keep
start to
cautious
head
of
north,
all dogs. Be really careful.
and you
Give
get
them
back
real
in your
water.
standard rooftop hopping. At one point, you slide into a building because the roof is collapsed, and you hear this really nasty howl. So you hunker down against the wall. You see this massive dog. It's like the size of a horse. Just rippling in muscle and like has some cables showing its flesh. Walk past. And you see the other dogs that had went east seem to have come back and are like bowing to this one. You can tell this one is their boss. This is the alpha pack. And this thing is absolutely massive. Has a few scar marks from demolitions that went off. and it's still fine looking. Like it looked like it took the explosions, like landmines essentially, that went off and just like scratched it a little. You want to go fight it?
No.
Good plan.
I am one with the wall.
Good choice.
After a while, you watch that one quietly leave out to the east, and all the other dogs run back to the west.
To the west.
Yep. So all the dogs except the alpha back to the west. The alpha heads east. Along that road that you saw the vehicle.
Okay, once they're well out of earshot, I'll send that information.
That seems like a very disturbing find that you have acquired. Please put sight on our employees if at all possible. Vehicles inbound. They'll be there in the morning.
All right. I'll send another report. Still searching.
Yep. So you head east or you head north? What's your plan from there? Because I asked you if you could lay eyes on their proclaimers.
From there. Well, I'll try and get some elevation and look around.
Okay.
And see if I see any signs. I mean, it's a ghost town.
Yeah. So you get to the highest building you can. Get up there. You look out to the east, and you actually see a small farmstead. And a few small farmsteads on the way, but out to the east a ways, you see there's a number of these little farmsteads. So being a smart solo, you have a feeling that maybe that's where they went.
Yeah, but how far is it on foot?
You know it's going to be probably a few hours trek by you on foot. But if you're in a vehicle driving, say, 45 miles an hour, it'd probably take about, I don't know, maybe a half hour.
Okay.
But on foot, it's going to take you quite a bit. It's going to take you a number of hours to get out there.
Okay.
So you could have a nice, trek for the second half of the day, or you can trek through the night.
Yeah, but
It's your call.
can I see the dog's huge? Can I see it?
Oh, yeah. No, you see it traveling down, like faster than you can move. You will not catch this thing. And it's heading east.
Towards the farmsteads.
Yep. And, like, at this point, you actually see it reach the first one. And you see it, like, stop and, like, sniff around. And then it gets back on the road, heads further east.
Do I see any other movement at the farmstead?
No. Not the first one.
Okay. Well, if they picked him up in the van, there's nothing left to find here in town. But I don't know that for sure.
If they took them in the van, there's nothing else to find here in the town. If they didn't, then there is. That's what I'm saying. You're correct. If they did, then there isn't anything else in town. Except for maybe some dogs if you have a scuffle.
No. Well, I know that there are employees of the Reclaimers out there, and I know that they put some people in the van.
Correct.
I don't know if those are the people they're looking for sure. Do I have descriptions or anything like that? Did they provide any information on
They told you one was an esoteric individual that was kind of leading the party a little bit. Who was, you have a feeling that was probably the one you saw talking with the nomads.
Okay. Alright, I will head east then.
So you do remember his face, so if you see him again, you'll be able to connect it.
Okay.
Alright, so you head east.
Yeah.
Do you camp for the night or do you press on?
It's gonna take me a few hours.
Yeah, it was about midday by this point. So it's getting dark, so it's either you can arrive there during the night or you can get...
I'll press on.
Okay.
I don't want to camp out in the open.
So you start getting up to down the road, keeping your eyes out. It's dark. Press on. In the distance, a faint distance, you hear this. So you hunker down a little bit. And then you start seeing flashes up ahead at the farmstead. Not the one right next to you, but the one after that. You see some flashes, and you're like, oh, gunfire. Oh, that's an explosive. So you know there's a gunfight going on with that big dog ring.
All right.
At the
Then
farmstead next to the one that you're currently, like, right near.
How far away is that?
It'll be, I don't know, 20, 30-minute walk at most. You're at now.
Okay. I'll walk briskly,
Okay.
but I'm not going to run.
Yeah. So you get up there. But before you get there, like on the way there, you actually see this glow of this incendiary explosive. Just goop. And in that flash, you see this small figure. You can tell it's human, but not a very robust, large individual. Or slender build. Walking away from this flame as it just develops something out there. Just walking back towards the farmstead. But that's enough light. You can see the two vehicles in question.
Is there cover for me to approach unseen?
It'll be tricky, but you think you could probably do so if you kind of went a little bit roundabout way, kind of got down
I'm
in a dry
trying to
stream
approach
bed.
unseen. I still don't know who's friendly or not.
Right. So, do you approach inside or do you stay on the outside?
Outside for now.
So you get there, it's quiet.
Is there any sign of the dog?
No, actually. Other than that howl and a few growls and barks that you heard, with all the gunfire and explosions, no sign of the dog at all. None.
Okay. I'm gonna keep an ear out for that thing as well.
Yep.
That's maybe target priority number one to avoid.
Yep. So you hunker down. You hear nothing. After a bit, you start hearing some snoring from inside. A little bit of whimpering. My eyes.
You mean human whimpering or dog whimpering?
Human. Should be pretty clear with a symbol I'm getting right now.
Is there anybody on guard outside?
No. But you don't know about inside, and you do know if any of them still live, there is some Danger Gal marks who take their bodyguard job very seriously.
Is there anybody in the vehicles that I can see, like maybe
See no one in the vehicles.
creep up and peer in the windows, make sure
Yeah.
nobody's sleeping in the vehicles?
The vehicles are locked and shut. They both seem to have at least rudimentary levels of bulletproofing.
Okay. How tall is the building?
Two floors. The second floor seems to be fairly well dilapidated.
All right. I will radio, or not radio in. I will send a text in with where I'm at and that I found the vehicles.
Hunker down, uncertain allegiance.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Hunker down and investigate, uncertain allegiance. They don't know if the nomads are friendly or enemy, so they want you to hunker down and observe.
Okay.
Because they didn't hire you to risk your own skin, so they're trying to not ask you to do that.
Can I hear anything other than the occasional like whimpering? Is there any discussion or conversation going on?
Not right now. There is snoring.
Remember, I spent most of the night dictating into my agent what I thought I was going to do for the story of the dog.
Oh, that's true. That was off in the other room. So you do hear from one room a little bit of.
Can I circle around to a window that's off that room?
Sure. You get over there, and this is where the camera pans inside the building. What is Harlan dictating in this room
At
off
this
by
point-
himself quietly?
At this point, he's talking about size of said beast, what was necessary to do to finish it off. After it was dead, it still required being burnt. Otherwise, we were certain it was going to get back up. The fact that we're not certain whether or not the compatriots that were injured by the other dogs may be infected with whatever nanite rabies we were dealing with from before. Things of this nature is basically what he's doing. I'm basically rough drafting all the information down and then going, okay, that sounds terrible. I'm going to have to reorganize that. I'm going to have to format that slightly better. That's going to have to be more thematic.
So I'm going to be sitting like right outside the window, under the window, like sitting there taking notes, but the tactical notes, like must be burned to prevent reanimation. Purchase white phosphorus grenades and rounds. I'm making notes for myself.
Yeah. But it sounds like, based on what you're hearing, that they did take out this large dog creature.
Yeah, that's going to be a big sigh of relief for me when
you're like,
I hear him say that the dog's dead.
However,
but there's probably a faint
check to see if you hear the sigh.
At this point, we've already moved beyond what was actually going on in storyline. I don't retcon stuff.
Yeah. It's
probably this like faint smell of like burnt flesh.
Oh yeah, burned dog hair.
If you remember, Harlan actually said he'd turn off his heightened hearing because of the crickets and stuff.
Yeah,
didn't want it on.
Bugs. I don't know what the bugs are. I didn't grow up anywhere with bugs.
He's like, I
turned it off. Click. Shit's creepy.
Which that's actually something, now that Harlan's done and starting to bed down, Shade, you actually start hearing weird noises around you. I don't think Jade would have heard crickets and other insect life before.
No. He was spending his entire life in Ganger territory in combat zone.
So you get the message to hunker down and observe. And then you start hearing this noise of these crickets and other insects of the night.
Unsettling.
Like there's little things of noise just all around you.
Like maybe small machines malfunctioning somewhere.
Yeah, it's uncertain what it is.
Exactly.
Could be little machines.
Is there more than one building here for this farmstead?
There is a little out building, a small one.
Small one, okay.
And then out further, there's a few barns and work sheds, but those are a bit further out. Depends on how far out you want to go.
Does it look like I could scale either this building or the outbuilding quietly?
You could potentially scale into this building, but probably not quietly, and it looks debatable on the quality of the second floor.
Okay.
The outbuilding, you have a feeling you can probably slip over there to that, and you'd still have a decent view of the house. You just wouldn't be right next to it.
All right. Is the outbuilding intact?
Mostly. It's a small shed.
Okay. I'll see if I can hide inside there.
Okay. So you hunker down in there.
And
Get
find
winks.
If there's like a way, like if there's an opening in the wall or something where I can hear.
Yeah.
Keep my ear kind of pressed to that spot.
Yeah, so you press to that and kind of catch a few winks. Nothing really catches your attention too much until you hear the van start up.
Okay. Can I see out of this building?
Yeah.
To where that is, or is there?
You can't
is there
see
cover?
right where it's at, but you can see it a little bit later as it heads back west.
Well, I mean, like before the van takes off, is there a spot where I can see people moving around, or am I like?
You can see some moving
from that area.
From where you're at, you can see into the back of the building, and through a few of the windows, and you do see some people moving around inside. And you only heard the smaller vehicle start up and leave.
Okay.
And you do see it head back west along the road. So it seems like they're going back into the city for something.
Yeah, I'll head back towards the house, but keep low, and then see if I can hear anybody in the house talking to the people that remained in the house.
So the camera pans inside the building once more. To Stitcher working on Blackstone, trying to put his eyes and arms back in.
Wait, what?
Just listen, this is what you're listening to. Stitcher, Blackstone, take it away.
Alright. Gotta get this connection just right.
Fuck, that hurt.
Man, compared to that dog, whatever that was, this is easy work.
Fuck you, man. Be careful.
Looks like what Oops.
What did I just see? Did I just see, like,
A very nice salute.
sparks?
Hey, I imagine there's a couple visual glitches as you get used to getting your sight back. Relax. It's like seeing floaters.
I'm gonna creep along the house and see if I can like get a spot where I can feel safe peeking in. To see if I can see what's going on.
Yes,
Based on the voices I'm hearing, if I can try and figure out where I'd be behind them.
Okay. So you peek in just a little bit over the window, and you see the back of this person. Go ahead and describe yourself, Stitcher.
So, right now, mop of wild green hair that's a little more flared than usual. Looks like just they've had a little bit snipped off by a tail whip. Long coat, stethoscope, turned around. Some dust and fur, and looks like just gotten out of a rough patch.
Speak for yourself.
Also, very busy with his hands. Just you see like the arms moving around, very precise. Yeah. Trying to be very precise.
Trying, operative word.
Hey, he did a really good job of putting you back
well.
together.
He's being
He
very
really did.
steady. He's rolling. Yeah, he's doing it very steady. In fact, he's installing cyberware, probably the fastest you've ever seen anyone install cyberware.
You say you use the word "seeing." Like, do you understand what he's
No.
putting in?
No. Shade has seen people install cyberware. He's watching right now. He's watching this happen.
Okay.
Blackstone doesn't see anything.
Okay.
Blackstone some sparks for a little bit.
Right?
There are two of them. Are there any other sounds coming from the house?
There is others, but not in this room. So on the table that this person's working on, you're probably going to guess that this guy's probably a river doc or a med tech, something like that. You see a individual who now has one mechanical arm being attached on his left and two eyes missing. Blackstone, describe yourself.
Well, my middle finger is pretty itchy. It just has this, I don't know, just this need to scratch my face often. I don't know, it's just this little twitch that happens that whenever my eye gets all itchy and stuff, I have to scratch it. But no, I'm let's see. So I have two fake eyes. I have one arm, like one real meat arm, and one metal arm that's like all the way like from it's like my chest over, and I have a multi-tool hand. I'm older. I'm like over 50, and I've got. I'm not completely gray, but it's graying. My hair. It's not like it's kind of thin, but I'm pretty. I wouldn't say muscular, but I'm not like flabby. I'm not like thin. I'm like medium build, I guess you could say. Yeah, thank you. That's the word. And I've got like a hoodie on, and yeah, I mean that's basically it.
You might have a few more gray hairs after that last encounter.
God, my face itches again. Ugh.
But not as many as Harlan.
Alright, so I'll move around to the other
I
windows
mean, hey,
and see if I
there's
can
probably another few. So.
find out how many people are in this house.
Yeah, so you move around to the other windows. You do find out that there is a group of danger gals who are... You stop because you do see they're on the lookout. They're actually paying attention, looking around. And you see a group of reclaimers. They all seem like they've been beaten up pretty well.
Okay.
They're in the other room.
I'll report that in. I'll report in that somebody got messed up pretty bad fighting that dog and had lost an arm in their eyes.
Love it.
I do too. I love the misinformation because it's perfect because it's what he got from it.
Completely logical understanding.
It is. That's why I said it's perfect.
And then I'll circle around and check the other thing.
Okay.
Are they guarding outside or just inside?
Inside. But they do look to be locked and loaded. So I'm sure you want to make your presence known right away, right?
Well, if I do, it's going to be from outside and around the corner.
We'll see how fast you dodge bullets.
No, they hadn't asked me to engage, so I'm just reporting it. And then I will keep circling and checking.
So as you keep an eye on everything, the camera pans back to Harlan and Zid, accomplishing their accolades and achievements of acquiring the data, getting back in the vehicle, and heading out. As they leave, what they don't see, because for some reason they don't have eyes in the back and top of their head, they see
can't afford the humanity cost.
Exactly. They see the camera gets to see a few AVs land where the combat had happened a few nights ago in the city, where a vehicle had been rolled and dogs had assailed people on the outskirts of Santa Rosa. These AVs are marked with Reclaimers iconography. As they dislodge their groups and start investigating around, one of them gets on a bike, small motorcycle, and heads east.
Oh God, I hope the dogs took care of all of Knockoll's landmines in the process of that. Fucked.
Well, the
I hope
question
our
is, did
motorcycle
Shade
guys are good
include
with
that in his message or not?
I would have included anything I saw happen.
Oh, you saw that few dogs blow up. Like you looked down the alley and you saw the dog come around the corner and just all over the wall.
Yeah, I would have reported all the relevant details about the combat.
Okay.
And who died, who was injured, or as far as I could tell. From
Yeah.
what I could see where it was.
Which you also would admit you probably can't tell a whole lot because when there's not much there's not much to tell.
Aftermath.
Yeah, I would have said explosion in alley triggered by a dog, or a grenade thrown at a dog.
Well, you knew it wasn't thrown because there's no people that you saw, but you did see an explosion from the ground.
But there could have been people I didn't see elsewhere in the area.
That's true. So,
You want to come up here and do it?
Battle train off in the distance.
Okay, okay, I was wondering.
someone has a battle train in the distance, yeah. So I was
Yeah,
wondering,
there's
I was
always
like,
a train.
Oh.
There's a train nearby my house at all times. There's a switch yard less than 5 blocks from here.
well, this is where we're going to take our 10-minute break because it's our best stopping point we're probably going to have for the night. We're going to take 10-minute bio break, grab a drink, get ready. We're going to buckle in and we're going to continue. As the bike tears off east, the camera fades, and we'll be right back. viewer, to the continuation of Cyberpunk Apogee. Now, we took up our lovely patriots had just heard that there's a motorcycle of a reclaimer heading out to the east located. So we zoom into that lovely farmstead where we find our crew.
I'm not drinking your engine cleaner. I don't care how good you say it is. I'm still not doing it. Stitcher, how did you let him do this?
Look, do you know how hard it was to try and find anything in this house? There is no beer, there is no liquor, there is nothing. This was a eureka moment.
Wood
You have to
alcohol.
appreciate this.
Wood alcohol moonshine is supposed to be brewed from green wood, not building stuff. That is not safe. You're a medtech. You should know this.
There are some points in life where you just really, really want a stiff drink. This was one of them. I had to make do with what I had.
You didn't put any
I'm
of the
outside
dog.
taking notes. Stitcher, alcoholic.
Harlan, you actually have really good hearing. Would you have your hearing
And
on?
now that I
Is
tend
it
to
back
have
on?
that hearing turned on at any point where I wouldn't feel uncomfortable for you doing so. So like in the middle of a firefight, it's off.
Yeah,
The
that makes
bugs made me uncomfortable last night because I'd never heard them before, so I shut it off then. But they ain't gonna be out during the day while we're out arguing in the farmyard, so I would more than likely have that on.
Okay, roll a perception check. See if you pick up on hearing someone shuffling. And I want Shade to go ahead and roll stealth. Ooh, this beats you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
So he stays hidden.
I'm just still arguing with Stitcher about the fact that I'm not gonna drink that. If you want me to drink something,
I'm not saying you have to drink it.
Oh, okay, then I don't care. Then I don't care. You're fine.
Was that
What?
motorcycle
You think I was gonna
just
force
heard
feed this to you? This isn't a vaccine.
coincidental?
Would you say, Shade?
Was that motorcycle sound we just heard coincidental?
Yes, but actually you do hear it.
Once
You're-
again, the street's right outside the front window of my fucking office, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
We
as
could
you
hear
hear
an
them,
ambulance go
I
by.
didn't know if it was a soundboard or a motorcycle. Actually, I'd go by.
which is actually perfect timing because I
No,
was
we
actually about to
just
say,
had really solid background.
while you're saying this, Shade, while you hear them talking about this, you get your message that Reclaimer contact inbound coming from Santa Rosa.
Okay, I'm gonna get to a position around the side of the house where I can see the road and I can be outside of line of sight of anybody inside the house and just get my flashlight out. And when I see the motorcycle, I'm just gonna flash it 3 times on and off.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are arguing out back, and then you hear a motorcycle. That's something you would hear, Harlan.
Ow. I'm gonna turn and look and say,
It's coming
You know
from.
anybody-
It's coming from the
anybody
west.
using a motorcycle? Have we encountered anybody using a motorcycle here? Oh, shotgun comes off the back rack and out and around the corner of the house.
Yeah, we don't have.
Just start peering as far as that goes to
Don't know.
look immediately. I don't.
Loretta peeks out and asks you, "Something up, Harlan? You seem to be on edge."
There's a motorcycle coming down the
Yes. You hear a few sounds of glass breaking inside as you look in through the door that she left open, and you see all the danger gals, mercs, are all lining up with their weapons at the front, aiming
road.
at the
Let's
road.
make sure it's hostile before we pull triggers,
Oh, I agree.
please.
Would technically be the reclaimers coming if they got contact. I don't think we've been able to contact them though, so I don't know if it's them.
Well, I mean, Knockall kind of did leave a trail of explosives coming this way, so I mean, all they'd have to do is follow the scorch marks.
That was in town,
And
not
it's
on the road.
It's hard to kill.
So if
Oh
they,
no, he dropped them on the road too, in case you didn't notice, and I walk away.
he didn't drop them on the highway out of town.
Oh, okay, good. That's what I was the most
Oh,
worried about
yeah.
the guy on the
No.
motorcycle.
It
He was
would be
gonna
a
come
knuckle
rolling
Yeah.
up
move
and
to cover everything in explosives.
He wanted to, but he didn't have enough. He ran out.
Hey, we asked Knockall for. I said I needed something big for an explosion last time, and he asked me how many kiloton I wanted. Okay, I wasn't quite sure how to answer that because I don't want nuclear devices. That is not what I'm looking for.
Is that mini nuke still there? Oh, we need to do something about that.
Why do you think Zid's been trying to wash his hands of this man?
Hey, he's your contact.
Did I learned how to make new boom? Would you like to learn?
He's the friend.
You want to show we
can't
compare
quit.
notes?
He did say Blackstone's late. I know.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so Loretta let you know that she's knows that they didn't have any way of contacting right now because their equipment has been busted. So if they know that if it is reclaimers, then either they have someone who's been on the lookout that somehow has been missed, or they're just scouting out the whole area trying to find them. But it could be the smokers scout, so we need to be on the lookout because it's either reclaimers or smokers.
Is the gun on the top of the fucking armored vehicle still functional after it was rolled over?
Yeah, it's actually moving
Oh,
right now.
Oh, so somebody's already in there and on it?
No, but it's moving. You look inside and you see one of the nomads has a device in front of him with a joystick, and he's like,
Oh, okay. So somebody's got it under control at that
Yes.
point. I thought it was turning to like point at us, and I
No.
was going to be like, "Oh, maximum overdrive depth, great."
yeah,
Where's
no.
Can I hear this? Can I hear the
Yeah.
mercenary, the Danger Gal mercenary say that? I'm gonna quickly text to my contact. Incoming motorcycle to farmstead friendly? Question mark.
Affirmative.
I'll stand up and I'll knock on the side of the house, and I'll say, the approaching motorcycle is reclaimer friendly, as am I.
I'm going to come around the corner of the house. Shotgun is not pointed, but is in hand, and do the look around and go, "Who the fuck are you?
You can see the picture in Discord.
You sneaky bastard!"
I'm not a bastard. My parents were married, technically, I guess. If you really care about that.
That's not a confident answer to that. But regardless, come on in. I'm just going to put the shotgun away. After the last 3 days, why does it not surprise me that somebody's been following us the whole fucking time?
I'll approach, but like come out around wide around the corner of the house so as to not be like startling to the danger gals who all have guns.
As you start going in, you hear a familiar feminine voice. Ash, is that you?
I'm gonna look around.
You see a face that you don't remember for a long time, from your younger days. One that left you. A certain femme fatale tried to have a fling with. Before you stands an older, more equipped, and much deadlier looking Kay.
I'm gonna look a bit confused. You ran off to the corpos.
She points to the girls next to her. Danger gal's out of the way.
And from this point, I'm just gonna ignore her.
You guys see Loretta elbow Kay, and it's like, you know that one? I used to.
I'm going to turn and look at the two of them. So, you dumped Ajo, you dumped this guy.
Well,
Is
yeah.
this-
Oh wow, like it's obvious. Like we should know why. Would you mind explaining?
No. I don't want to hear any explanations. I don't. Look, I'm not doing stories on anybody's personal life. This is not what we're here for. We got the information that we needed on the train. We can pay that. We can get that taken care of at this point. Now, we need to get that info back to the nomads.
Hey,
What's going on here with the rest of the reclaimers, that's other than taking care of the wounded that are here and getting them evac the way they need to, that's like bonus stuff. We ain't getting paid for that.
Take out my agent and just start texting.
Ash, whatever happened to Nader? Did you hear that the smokers got him? Did he ever get rescued?
Who?
Stitcher face palms.
Who's Nader?
You bored?
Ninder, sorry, Nader. Not sure exactly.
So who says that?
Kate said it to you.
She says, okay, can you repeat it? Sorry.
Kate asked you. She's using your name instead of your handle because you haven't corrected her. Ninder was taken by the smokers. She's asking if you had heard about it or if he's been rescued or not.
When?
A week or two ago.
No one told me.
Oh. I thought you were tight with him. Well, hopefully things turn out with him then. Good luck.
Great. So,
Another person we have to find.
Once again, I just want to get back to Night City. You know, making friends with the nomads and the stories that goes along with that, that's great. I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, I get the feeling we're going to get back to that camp and they're going to want us to mount up some sort of plan to go after this they call it, I mean, what have they been calling it? The smoker train? It's an armored assault train that they're using as a staging base. I don't have the gear to go after that.
Yeah,
Would I like to have a
the dude, his name's like Shakur, some dude, right?
Yeah, the one from Ajo's past. That's Cyber Psycho son of a bitch that he was talking about. I've got the name somewhere. Hold on, I'll start digging through my notes.
Yep, so...
I don't have that name actually down on notes, because I expect Ajo to have that.
Well, so you can write it down on your notes. Where is it? I want to get the exact name. It's like Shaka.
Oh, Shaka. That's it. Shaka, because I thought about Shaka Khan. I think it is Shaka though.
Yeah, Shaka. Shaka.
Shaka Khan.
After I report in through my agent to my contact of who I found and the state they're in and where we are, I'm going to step over towards Harlan when he's somewhat separated from other people and be, what do you know about these smokers in this train?
I'm going to turn and look, kind of just give you the full look up and down and go, look, I don't know you, but from what I can tell you there so far, they're burning petrochemicals again to run their vehicles. They're running diesel on this train. They've got a refinery that we did some minor damage to getting Stitcher loose from them. But
which is much appreciated, by the way. Because I was working for those bastards.
Well, I mean,
Not
working is a loose term. You were in an indentured servitude for your life at that
He was
point.
enslaved. Come on.
Hey.
Should have put the working in air quotes, but yeah.
I didn't see any chains, just the remote explosive device.
Yeah, the pay was keeping my life rather than any actual pay.
Yeah, well. So
no.
What we know about the train, very little other than we think we've got an idea of where it might base up. And that's what we were hired to do by the nomad camp that sent us here. The reclaimers, They're fixing Santa Rosa. We just needed to go to the train yard here to get what we were getting. Beyond that, I know
And we
very
have been
little
waiting.
about the train.
What were you getting? If you don't mind.
Maps, rail maps.
The train tracks. Okay, so to determine where they're going to go with this monstrosity.
Determine where they're going to go. Determine where they may be hiding it as of right now, because we haven't encountered it. But they
Do I
keep
know? Do I know anything about smokers?
No.
Okay.
From what you said, you primarily were working inside Night City, correct?
Yes.
So yeah, they're outside Night City.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard like boogeyman stories about some people using old fuel, smoking up the roads out in the lands, dealing that nomads are scuffling with. But you're like, not in Night City. Who cares?
It's a nomad problem.
That's not my business. I mean,
Wasn't it also smoker assholes that nabbed? Oh, what did you say their name was? Scamus and somebody else that were with you guys before. I can't fucking remember. And I'm gonna start digging through my agent looking for notes on that story.
I love your names.
Seamus and Doc.
Oh, yeah. Seamus, apparently.
And Angela, Ajo's girlfriend.
Jameis and Terminal.
Well,
No, not Angela.
Angela was working with me, and we were investigating Life Tech's disappearing kids routine and who they were all nabbing up to do the things. That's how I ended up in that goddamn stasis pod you guys let me out of.
You're welcome, by the way.
Oh no, I've already said thank you on that many times. You could have just left everybody there and booked it the hell out of there yourself. There's a reason why I've decided to stick around with you guys.
Well, that explains why you paid it forward. Getting me out of smoker camp. So, hey. I'm good
Well,
with that.
that, and you know, the only really truly combat effective one of us at that point had gotten the shit knocked out of him, and we needed a doctor. Hey, it happens.
You know, that seems to happen a lot.
Yeah, it does. That means I stick my neck out there for my people.
Hey, not saying it's a bad thing, just saying that means I've got steady work.
You do.
That-
I think it means we need to armor plate your neck.
I think it means we need to armor plate my whole body.
But
There was an exoskeleton that you
No,
could have.
that was not an exoskeleton. That was a goddamn cyber psycho guarantee. I told you, I remembered what that thing was.
Oh,
They discontinued that line, and it was a prototype piece of shit from that line. No.
yeah, Citral turned to Shade and be like, yeah, no, smokers suck, to put it very, very mildly. Don't ever deal with them. Avoid them.
You guys notice Ajo's been quiet of late.
I'm going to give him an eyeball and look to see if he's doing the twitchy thing that goes along with rabies.
Let me do
Roll.
I looked up rabies.
first aid and just do like a quick once over.
Roll. And I did see your message there, Matt.
I don't want to interrupt, so I figured I'd just put.
You're doing good. I just want to make sure you knew that I saw.
Cool.
Something seems off with him. His eyes are dilated and he's almost like he's in a manic state. Almost like he's... Is it terror or is it... What is it? His eyes are definitely not normal and he seems to be a little bit twitchy or something going on. Harlan, with your heightened hearing, you kind of hear some babbling from him that others don't hear because you have your heightened hearing augment. You hear like,
We don't have one of those stasis pods, do we? How big were those fucking
No.
things?
No.
Start looking in the stash. Oh, never mind.
Loretto comes up to you. So I heard you say that there might be some disease. Do you know who all might be infected?
Stitcher will point to the 3 or however many were actually hit, plus he'll point to Ajo. And it's like,
Poor man.
him.
Gone through a lot. I'm going to have to read. Okay, do you know what we can do to fix it?
Right now, the best thing you can do is leave him alone, because we don't know what he's going to do next. I would also advise putting the guns away. For now.
You just told a danger girl to put her guns away.
I'm gonna glance over at Adjo. Is he armed?
No. As Stitcher says, put your guns away. Safety goes off.
Nice.
Am I gonna have to put Ajo down?
We'll see.
Ajo is usually armed. I believe he's got a great big ass chopper machete kind of looking thing.
Yep.
He's also got I think a heavy pistol. from what
But
I
he
remember.
usually uses the chopper.
Yes,
Yeah.
so he has a very heavy
Actually, wait.
melee weapon and a very heavy pistol.
Did I
So-
see which one was in his hand during the quick fix?
The pistol
Or,
is
like,
on
look
him
him
ready
over?
to be drawn, but he has his large chopper kind of like he's leaning against it, almost like it's a cane or something, as he's like twitching.
How much cyberware did Ajo have?
Not
Enough.
a lot.
Oh boy.
I whispered to Stitcher, you might have to work together to maybe get him
His
tranquilized.
interface plugs.
So, is there you have anything you can use as a tranquilizer?
On
Large doses of that engine degreaser might work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Loretto is still there, and she's like, "What do you mean you need to tranquilize him?"
out of game.
You're breaking up, Stitcher.
Nope, he absolutely froze. Oh, at least his voice came back
You
a little
know.
bit. However, he's holding his chin very, very still.
I mean, I can offer up some of my alcohol to our friend Ajo to see if it.
Right now.
I mean, need something to knock him out.
Oh,
Jade, you know if you
yeah.
if you get a grapple on someone, you can probably knock him out too with your strength.
Video
Sorry,
froze
say
up.
again.
Said you know if you get a good grapple on someone, you can knock him out with your strength too.
Yeah.
Says
Yes,
written,
but can you knock somebody out who's currently ravey?
Uh, okay. Your action to deal body that directly to it. Defenders are always at the when
Yeah, and if you took them for 3 rounds consecutively,
Three
then they
round.
get knocked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stitcher.
Yeah, you gotta make a brawl check to grapple them, and then the second subsequent rounds you can actually just use your action to apply
Correct.
choking.
And as
Then
long as they
there's,
don't break out of it, you just hold them for 3 rounds. They're out.
Yeah, there's a piece of cyberware called a gang jazzler that you can put in your arm that knocks them out in 1 round.
Yep. I just figured that'd be the way, I figured that'd be the way that Shade would think, right? Is why do you need drugs?
I'm waiting till there's actually a need. So far, he's just
you're
sitting
making-
there. He's just sitting there getting mad, right?
They're not sure what's going on.
Back.
But
Welcome
he's
back,
not.
yeah.
He's not grabbing any weapons or acting aggressively towards anybody.
Oh, he has a big chopper in his hand.
Oh, he
Looks
has it
like
in his
it's
hand.
cleave. Yeah. He's not like
Alright,
swinging
well,
it
then
about. He's more just leaning against it, almost like it's a cane. But
I'm
it's
just gonna
a-
be ready to act as soon as he makes a move with it.
Oh, I know what'll do this. I'm gonna go touch his hand.
I set all my roll to initiative.
What are you doing, Harlan?
I'm gonna go poke at the burn spot on the van. Hey, Ajo.
You want to make him mad?
At this point, he's already insane. We already saw what was happening with you with those damn rabies. If he's got it, we gotta do something about it.
Wait, you've cured this before?
Well,
No, I had the lesser version that only affected like that it was only like nanite based, and since I had you could remove my eyes and my arm, they did a local EMP on me, and that like the nanites, quote unquote. So I didn't get the toxin. Ajo got the toxin from the alpha. I only got attacked by a few of the smaller ones.
Nano? This sounds like sci-fi. Babe. What's this?
It sounds like an evil corporation bullshit to me.
As you guys are talking, the contact with the Reclaimers pulls in. It's like, Reclaimers, ho! And he's... you hear him rattle something off to one of the Danger Girls watching out the front. She calls him in. And he talks with Loretta. Hey, and the others. Shakes their hands. Comes over to Shade. Like, we appreciate your services. Do you need to lift back to Night City, or you want to stay here, or what's your plans? Let us know.
I need to find these smokers.
Okay, so you want to stay here?
Is that where they're located? Around here?
We
the
don't
nomads
know.
the nomads know more about them than anybody else, buddy. And that's where we're at.
Now, actually, does Ajo react to this new person walking in and greeting Shade? No? Okay.
Nope.
Still just kind of in that
Yep.
unfocused. Okay.
Like France state.
Yeah, kind of trance. He's... seems like on edge. While you guys are talking and deliberating, sounds like Shade wants to ask you guys about where the smokers are at and what the plan is. While he's doing that, you see Loretta go to Ajo. Starts talking to him.
I'm going to be very obviously just watching.
I'm gonna roll a relapse. 'Cause I want to read her lips.
And Harlan will see Zid in the distance as he's outside right now.
Yep.
He would see Zid hands full, pockets full of something. At this distance, it's hard to tell, but it looks like Zid's found something in the wasteland.
Hopefully it's tasty. I don't want to eat bugs again.
It's alright, it's grubs, not bugs.
I grew up in Night City. Most of the burgers are made out of mealworms.
Exactly.
What's my 14 get me?
You get to see Loretta's back. However, you do get Ajo's side of the conversation.
Okay.
What? What do you... Oh. What do you mean? But my van. Maybe? Are you sure? Okay. Harlan. Do you have a moment, Harlan?
I would have been filling in, looking and seeing. Yeah, just a second. And I tell you the last little bit of what I know about what the Nomads kind of contracted us for about the finding out the train for the smokers. And I got to go talk to Ajo. I'll be right back. Turn and hoof over there. Yeah. What?
I still need to chop your penis off for being on my van. But
I was putting a fire out. Did you want me to leave it on fire?
No, you could have used your face. But I have to go with Loretta. She says that I have a disease or sickness. She says they can help, maybe? So, can you make sure my van gets to Night City not broken? Don't let it get scratched.
I have no drive skill.
I didn't say you have to drive it. I said you make sure it's taken care of. You have a shotgun. You can blow them to pieces if they mess my van up.
Well, Blackstone's already fixed your van once, so I figure we can probably work on fixing it if it gets fucked up, but I'll do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. All I can give you is my best.
You need to find Angela too.
I know. That's why I want to get back to Night City. Look, she's your girl. She's one of my best contacts, and I got her lost. I need to find her as well.
You better.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We got to get the fuck out of here first. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere, just outside of Santa Rosa. I can't do anything from here. I don't know anyone here.
I know. Get there. Take care of my van. She says they have an AV that will take me and a few others, but there's not room for everyone.
I need the keys.
That hurt. That was painful. I can see the pain.
I'll make sure it's all right.
At that point, you guys hear an AV inbound. Lands out back.
Jesus.
Zid, you found a number of tubers.
Yeah.
And
Potatoes.
Insects.
Is Shade outside?
Last time Shade was inside. Shade, did you step back outside?
Yeah, I was in the room because I was keeping an eye on Hotjo in case he went berserk.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no one new outside right now, but there is a motorcycle out the front.
Out front. Yeah.
Yeah. So Zid will stride in. As he sort of crosses the threshold, a potato will like escape from his doubled up shirt and will roll across the floor. And he'll be like,
"You dropped your dirt turd."
Be like, "Well, it is better that we have something."
What the hell is this?
You never had mash or roast potato.
Harlan, you've had it, but it didn't look like this.
It looked like this.
It was white and it was
But it was
mashed.
already prepped and cooked, so I guess I don't know what it looks like in its natural state.
Yeah, I put his head in his hands and be like, "Well, it has to look like something when it's still in the ground."
It looks like a dirt turd.
You look like a dirt turd.
What are you,
Who is
12?
this?
Apparently, what? Reclaimer hireling at that point? You said your name was Shade, right?
Yeah, I just did a job for them. Did the contact when he came in from the motorcycle? Did he pay me?
Check your account. You look at your agent, you see that it says contract concluded.
Okay. That was a temporary job.
Zib would be like, "Oh, I remember this time when Grandpa Erringer once said to me that meeting new people was a joy. If you are really a reclaimer, then you will understand Grandpa Erringer is a safe word, and you can respond in kind.
The other reclaimer who's new that came there steps up, puts his hand on Shade's shoulder, and replies in kind. Ah, yes, he was a good man indeed, our grandfather. Did he make you his famous potatoes or not?
I can make them for you.
Excellent.
So is it a little more relaxed? He sort of came into a situation with some new people, and he's like, whatever. And then he hears like an AV landing, and he's like,
Yeah, the
What
AV
the
lands,
hell is
and
happening?
you look out back, you see the Danger Girl logo just plastered all over the side of it. And you see this Asian-looking lady step out and wave to Loretta. Looks like she might be Japanese descent.
I'm gonna go over to Blackstone and hand him the keys to Ajo's van.
Thank you.
I can't drive this,
You
but
can.
he threatened my life over scratches. So if we screw it up, we'll just make sure we never find him again, okay?
It's fine. I'll fix the scratches that will eventually make it their way onto Ajo's van. It's fine. You can depend on me.
Stitcher, I want
You
you
can't depend on me for protection, but you can pretend on me. You can depend on me to fix the shit that breaks.
I want you to roll, I don't know, a memory check of some sort. There's no exactly like history or recollection skill.
Deduction, maybe?
Concentration, maybe?
Deduction, I can see that. Concentration, I could see that working.
Trying to recall, like maybe spark of a memory and trying to remember why.
Yeah, it's a
Or
mental
execution.
thing. Calling.
Okay. I'll do.
No, for Stitcher. Stitcher's rolling.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Stitcher.
Yep.
So deduction?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I knew which one I was actually rolling.
Okay. Where
I have
did
no
you
idea what that
learn
roll does.
your
It's a
edtech
little delayed.
skills? Did you go to an actual school? Did you or famous medical facility? What was your upbringing?
So the pharmacy aspect was corporate, like corporate R&D.
Okay.
The surgery aspect has largely been self-taught.
So while you were working on the pharmaceutical R&D, there was a person who was fairly well renowned. It's trauma team, one of their really good med techs. She was an older lady.
Mm-hmm.
You see her getting off the AV outside as you're talking to Loretta. I don't know that we'll take him back to a hospital, but I think we have something that will work out. You see her stepping out from behind the Asian, Japanese potentially looking lady and walking towards the door. And you remember her in your R&D days. Your boss was always very polite to her and like, he's one of our contacts to make sure our pharmaceuticals get purchased. Like he told you, if you upset her, you're fired. One day when you asked about it.
And yeah, concentration covers accent, memory, and recall.
Oh, excellent. So it would have been concentration. Good to know. Thank you.
So, as well, because at a distance, Shade saw the explosion sort of like, or a plume of fire go up, and he's had a chance to like see most of the people in the camp. you would recognize that Zid best matches the description of the guy that you saw walking away from the flame. He's a Jamaican man. He stands probably about 6 foot. He's not really all that athletic. He looks a little bit wiry, but he looks like he's definitely seen. Like there's that telltale sign in his eyes. I think you would recognize because you said that you lived a lot of life on the combat zone.
Combat zone
I think
ganger.
that the way that Zid holds himself would say to you that Zid's definitely seen some combat zone, if not lived there his whole life.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just glad somebody else had to talk Ajo down, not me.
Yeah.
No one else was
Right.
doing it, so I rolled
There'd
for
be a mix.
Loretta. She may not be his girlfriend, but she cared.
Nice.
Well, I mean,
She cared enough not to kill him, so hey.
I cared about my story. Does that count?
No,
Yeah.
no.
And as Stitcher makes the mental connection between the older lady and his past, he'll turn to Loretta with a mix of wonder and a little bit of fear. You're like,
You look scared. Teacher, what's going on? You alright?
ghosts of the past haunt us in mysterious ways.
I know what you mean.
But I think Ajo will be fine after all. Just, don't piss her off.
As she's walking to the building, you see her pulling out cryo pumps. You know exactly what she's doing. Anyone who's potentially affected, she's going to knock them all out and put them in cryo.
Slow the progressions so they actually have time to observe and observe, diagnose, reverse engineer.
Potentially.
Yeah.
How much?
The reverse engineer part is what I believe more than anything else.
Yeah.
Cure?
They want that. They want to weaponize that shit.
So it looks like we've had
She's
some
not trauma
developments
team anymore.
since I
She has
walked,
Danger Girls on her outfit now.
into the wilderness.
Oh.
There seemed to be.
That's interesting.
Oh.
Zid
There's
was
new
talking about.
people. There's like, whatever she is doing. Someone want to tell me what the hell is going on?
Ajo's got super rabies. We don't have any way to treat him. They're going to put him in a cryo and get him out of here. And Blackstone's responsible for his van.
Notably, I am not looking in the party's direction. I am solely watching everything go down with Ajo right now.
Yeah.
She comes in, she's like, alright, who are the infected ones?
And point to Ajo and then point out the other 3 or 4 or so
Alright.
that were.
Are you going to point to me
Ah,
at all?
No.
Because I really didn't.
You're not. I prefer
No.
you didn't.
She's like,
No,
you 5 sit now. Like in a very, I'm a doctor, you can listen and obey me. And with also a tint of corpo to her voice, which Harlan would pick up.
Yeah, you're going to watch me kind of.
But it's different. It's more like your grandmother's tone. Like, I am to be respected. Like, your parents have a different corpo tone than your grandma. Your grandma is, I have earned my respect, and you will give it. Versus your parents who are like, I'm more entitled to this. I'm a exec.
I know that tone too.
Like OCS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
both my parents were corporals.
Well, I'm still going to turn. I'm going to watch long enough. And then I'm going to step aside to Zed and I'm going to give him kind of a rundown on what I think I know and what's happened. Why we've got new people here. Why the AV is here is to get these infected people out before they go all psycho on us so that they can fix them. so that they can fix them, and I'm going to be very, I don't believe that.
Sid
Lucy.
nods and listens to you, and he goes, "Yeah, man, but with so many people and with AVs, they have just painted a target on this location, man,
Yeah, we need to
and
get
we
the fuck
aren't
outta here."
exactly, alone in the wilderness, and this we need to probably move quicker than we needed to a moment ago, last night even, because if anyone's watching, man, then they've just painted the target on us.
As you say that, Click comes up to you guys. Are you guys heading out with us, or are you staying here?
Well, I don't want to fucking stay here. We're going back to the nomad camp. We gotta get paid.
We're just about packed up, ready to go. So I was
And we
checking.
need supplies.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Remember, you're gonna have a non-nomad driving Ajo's van. No crazy shit for us to follow.
Look, Blackstone, if you don't want to take the responsibilities,
Should we
Stitcher
go
can
ahead and
drive.
let you follow us so we can pick the best route?
Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Can I catch a ride with you? I need to talk to the nomads about this nonsense.
You can ride with Click.
We don't have room.
Okay, you can ride with me.
Thank you.
I do
Harlan,
apologize. Otherwise,
you're
we'd let
up
you.
with me.
As always, chink chink, and I go sit in the front of the fucking car.
Adjo looks at you
Yeah.
all as you guys are getting ready to head out. He's like, "Do not damage my vat."
Do not damage my. And the only thing going through my mind is, I peed on it. That claims it is mine for now. Of course, I didn't say that till after he passed out.
Don't
Yes,
worry.
but see, he subconsciously
when he comes
ruined you.
back to, he'll remember it and he'll seek you
Yes,
down and he'll
yes,
pee on you and
yes.
claim you as his, so then he can claim his van back.
Yes,
Yeah, well,
yes.
good luck with that.
Oh no, not the Channing Tatum, and this is the end. Yeah. Stitcher doesn't actually get in the van until everybody is packed up and gone.
No,
Everyone
we're
meeting at the
leaving before
building,
they are.
or
Watching a
Yeah,
professional
we're
work.
going now.
We're going now, Stitcher. Get
Yeah.
in the van.
Yeah.
We're not waiting here for other AVs to show up from my parents' corp or from the compound or anything else. We're going now.
AIS now.
There is a large pack of dogs that went west.
Trust
See, since you got
that.
the keys, you've already
Okay,
picked up
hey.
Edge's. We're going now.
Okay, yes, but trust them that they know what they're doing, and that's all we can do. Because we can't affect what they do. They have Ajo. He's out cold, literally. They will take care of him. We need to go back to the nomad camp right now.
see Loretta and Kay taking Adjo, who's unconscious in a cryo bag, to the AV.
Bye, Ajo. We'll take good care of your van.
Don't like that.
Not
You know,
much
I don't-
choice.
Oh, I know. We don't have much choice as far as that goes as well, but he didn't have to give us a ride in the first place when he found us outside of the compound,
Mhm.
and he did.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't pay him for that ride. We didn't do anything, and now we're driving off in what is his baby, basically.
Mhm. And we're going to take good care of it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he's not going to get exploited with where he's getting up and going as far as that goes either.
And what we're going
That's-
to do.
That's later, though. That's later.
Pay him. What we're going to do to pay him is we're going to find his person.
I know.
So we're going to go to the nomads. We're going to report back what we found. We're going to track down these fucking smokers. We're going to get Shade's person. We're going to get Aju's person. We're going to get all the people, and we're going to ride to Night City, motherfucking heroes.
Heroes die in Night City.
Not this one.
All of them.
Sid sort of shakes his head and he goes, When did you become such a dreamer, Blackstone?
When I was infected with nanites.
I'm just gonna. Look at,
Yes. That's old chestnut. Okay.
I've lived most of my life in Night City. Anybody who shows up there trying to be the hero, all they do is paint a giant target on their head. We are still in that location. We are still very little fish in a very big pond.
Okay.
Keep your head down and be careful if we want to find your parents.
I am still counting the days since I thought that I was dead.
Let's do it.
And I could have rotted in a cryopod.
You could have, but we got you out.
Things change. Let's go get this done.
This is what they're saying as you guys start driving off, following the notes. How does that make you feel, Shade? This
Note itself.
dialogue.
Side effect.
They're all a little bit unhinged.
A little
that's
bit?
Okay, I've seen a lot of that.
Mildly.
Hey, you know what? It just means that a side effect of the nanites is boisterous overconfidence.
We are mildly unhinged, like a ghost pepper is mildly hot.
And thus far, like in the car ride, I would have said nothing.
Yeah.
Just sat there in silence. But I'm like hyper aware of what's going on outside the car,
How long from
particularly
here
out the front.
to the Nomad camp?
Takes a few days.
Okay, so we're talking days of travel at this point to get back to where we're at.
We don't have resources for days.
I was gonna say we don't
No,
have
we
to
need-
do.
Well, how much did Blackstone, or excuse me, how much did you find, Zed? Because we didn't share any of those potatoes or
We're
whatever.
out. We're other than what Zid has found with his 30, which will probably be maybe a couple of days of food. We don't have any water left. Like we're done. We've got maybe a day worth of water.
How far is Night City's not that far from Santa Rosa, right? It was only like
Yes.
what?
By
couple hours.
That's
AV
all right.
or by land
I
vehicle?
was gonna say.
Maybe it was like a couple hours. How far is that to drive?
It was going to be a few days drive
Okay.
because
Because
the
it's
roads
fast.
are old.
It's not a traveled route between Night City and Santa Rosa because of the fact Santa Rosa is a ghost town that only reclaimers are basically in. So
Okay.
they haven't fixed any of the roads between here and there.
Okay. So there's just nowhere out here to shop.
However, the only thing you guys can think of, there is a signal not far to the northeast of where you're at.
Well, that
A radio signal that moved. That's playing old classical music on the air.
And by classical, you mean like stuff from the 1990s, right?
Ah,
No. No. Beethoven. Bach. Like archaic stuff.
String music.
Yeah,
Rachmaninoff.
exactly.
Vivaldi.
Shostakovich.
Keep them rolling.
No.
Anna.
No Ride of the Valkyries. We just sent the Danger Girls somewhere else.
I'm gonna have it where there's a Danger Girls AV that literally blasts that like, what's that movie with the guys on the tank? The World War II movie with the guys on the tank that blare their music.
Fury.
Oh, Fury Road.
Fury Road. No, not Fury Road. It's just
Just
Fury.
Fury.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Where they
Fury
like
Road's
go,
the Mad Max movie.
Yeah,
Right.
it is, it
Fury
is.
Road. They don't
where they go,
do blaring
driving
music,
into
but it's more
combat
like,
and they're blaring their
"Witness
music.
me."
So we'll have to have a Danger Girls AV that comes in with the Flight of the Valkyries.
Yes. Love that.
It's their more esoteric group. Maybe I'll have Loretta start heading that up.
Dear Lord. So we need
Alright,
to
so what-
be able to go somewhere to get supplies, and we have
Yeah.
basically decided that Santa Rosa is one, tapped, too fucking dangerous to deal with because there's still dogs there. Shade said there was another whole pack of dogs that went west from where we were at before. I don't want to deal with those fucking things again. Nobody else can get sick.
So
Wait, West isn't where we're going.
you have 4 options from Santa Rosa that you can choose. go to the radio signal. You can go to Sacramento, which is a city. You can go to San Francisco, which is a city. Or you can go to Burke Oak Metroplex. Metroplex is a new city.
How much security do we want to deal with?
That's the thing. Like, we don't really have much choice. We need to go somewhere where we can get food and water.
Yeah, and the other two are old cities.
Yeah, the best chance of us getting food and water is going to be the new place, right?
How much money do we currently have? Becomes the
we
next
got a ton.
question.
We got good funds.
Okay, so if we've got funds,
Metroplex.
Zid would say, and the best chance that we come across very strange groups of people randomly is also in the new place. Not looking at anyone or anything that has happened over the last 2 weeks at all.
yeah, and I don't think I want water from any place where Biotechnica is involved with. Not just
in the new place.
Just
if you go
saying.
to the new place, good luck with that, Harlan.
I am learning from Blackstone's mistakes. Hey, I will say it. It's okay. I make them too. But I don't want water from that place after what I saw it did to you.
So you know if people are surviving, they have to have water.
Both hands on the wheel. Don't smack me with one. Come on.
So you know that there's a
need to trade
chance
off
to
and
get
let
water
me
at
grab
all
them.
4 of those places because you have to have water to survive.
There are survivors, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we should check out this radio signal. I think it's probably the closest too, isn't it?
Where is the closest source of food and water?
The closest would probably be the radio signal,
Okay.
but you don't know what's
Maybe
there.
we just-
All you know is that there's a radio signal that has moved.
The radio signal has never played any voice. It has played only classical music.
Correct. But it has moved.
Hey,
I'm
is
gonna
that
turn the radio station to that station. What's it playing right now?
It's a good classical tune.
You know why I asked if it was playing, like stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Because the perfect tune to be hearing right now from that is the Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter.
It would.
I thought you were gonna say something about like coding, like certain songs correspond to certain like messages.
It
Wait.
might.
Stitcher will actually chime in. Harlan, Zid, those maps. Is where the radio signal is coming from, does that land anywhere on those maps that you got?
No, man. They're not near there. But you mean these maps? The maps that's got everything, not just in this local area, but all of the connections, man.
Well,
The entire railroad map of the whole fucking country.
I want you to
Oh.
do a concentration check because Elkoff mentioned that actually does cover memory and history. So we're going to do a concentration check for Zid.
Alright.
Remembering what he's seen on this and everything.
I'm going to bust out the paper map because that's actually local to where we're at too while he's doing that.
Correct. Paper map is more the railroads.
Anything going by where we think the
No.
signal's coming from?
not even from the old location?
Why can I never... Somebody fold this map.
I mean, I rolled a -6 and I still got a 7, so whatever. It's still terrible because I rolled a 1.
You can't recall anything in that area, but there has to be a road or something there, right?
Yeah. It's like it could be anything, man. We need to assess it when we're there.
It's like a radio signal mounted on the back of a vehicle.
These maps are a little aged, so it could mean anything.
Yeah, but the strength that we were pulling in that radio signal from
The
more than 100 miles away from here.
It moved. When you pulled it up over 100 miles away, it was not at this location.
I get that.
When you picked it up before, it was closer to the other nomad camp over by Arcadia. And now it's moved.
Are we sure that it's moved and not relayed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Where is it
Because-
suspected to be in relation to where we are right now?
North.
Just slightly northeast of where you're at now.
Okay, it's the closest one of the places that we could possibly go to. And we need water by today.
There you go.
Yeah,
You can actually see where it's
I'm
at.
actually getting parched.
Speaking of which, half water rations tonight.
He was mad that I peed on the van. He wanted me to waste water on that. Put that fire out too. What the fuck?
How does Blackstone, with his thirst level, feel about the idea of half rations of water, not even a normal one? That's not been
I
cutting.
mean, and I'm not like super happy about it, but like, I think that I'm toward the end of where I'm having an issue with water. I'm not comfortable, but I am noticeably hoarse and my throat is very scratchy.
If it gets that bad, we'll just have to Bear Grylls it. We'll be fine.
Wipe my forehead and like suck the sweat off of it.
I am going to be using my portion to cook us some proper food as soon as we get to somewhere where we can light a fire.
Well, how far do we think it is to this radio signal versus...
When you guys
Say,
leave
San Francisco?
in about noon, and you think you could probably get there by dinner time.
And how far is San Francisco?
What?
That's on the other
How far
way.
is San Francisco?
That's a
San
fair
Francisco
way.
is going.
Yeah, that's like four times. That's like four times, right?
Yeah, the radio signal, you can easily get there before the light goes down. Like, there's not a problem getting there today.
It's
gonna
like 2 or
take
3
you
days.
A few hours, but it's very much off-roading is why it's going to take longer. The other routes, if you went from Santa Rosa back to San Francisco, that's going to take you 4 hours.
Really? That's it?
Then we
Minimum.
should just go there and get some supplies. before we
That's
go off-roading.
4 hours-ish. It's in guesstimate because you don't know the actual road condition or if there's smokers or
Oh, all right.
anything like that. That is a rough guesstimation.
Okay.
It's actually going to take an extra hour just to get across from San Francisco over to Oak Metroplex, or Oak Metroplex. And it's going to take, let's see, probably 2.5 hours to 3 hours to get to Sacramento. Or no, I said it was 4 for there, so it's 5 to 6 to get to Sacramento.
If we go to San Francisco, I don't want to go anywhere else. Like, I just want to keep going south. Because that's like Monterey, Salinas, Night City.
We still have to go back to the Nomad camp east of Stockton to deliver the information that we're getting paid for.
I keep forgetting that shit. Damn
We
it.
have to. Yes,
Yeah.
I want to go back to Night City as well. I definitely do. I would love to be able to just say, go piss on this and say, forget it. I just don't think that's a good idea to piss
Gotta
off
keep the
the
nomads
nomads.
happy. No, I gotta keep the nomads happy.
I would rather that
Probably-
they happy with me when I need to fucking be out in the middle of nowhere again.
Right. If we go to the radio signal, we might be able to get onto the 5, right?
Also,
Like
that's
after-
literally what I was thinking. Good thought. That's literally what I was thinking as well.
That will take us to Sacramento, and then yeah,
Stockton and then nomads.
yeah. So that might be what
Let's
we
do
need
that.
to do.
Does this vehicle have enough fuel?
We have
Yeah,
quite a
he
bit of
stocked up
fuel.
on a whole ton of fuel.
If nothing else.
Because it's not
to make sure
gasoline.
there's
It's
always
like
fuel.
it's not gasoline.
Choo-choo.
It's solid fuel,
It's choo-choo,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
choo-choo. Yeah.
Choo-choo. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. No, we're not going to the train yet.
But yeah, it's separate fuel that it's made.
Besides, Harlan wants to know who's broadcasting his grandmother's music.
That's very puzzling.
I'm curious about this.
If I made a drive check, can I get us there faster?
Yeah, and fail.
Oh God.
Before we take off completely, obviously we're talking about this. We need to talk to. We were supposed to be following what's his fuck.
Yeah, you guys would probably ping Click and tell him that, hey, you need to head
Change
up
the plans.
to get some supplies.
My whole thing will be to Click
die.
is like, Click, how much water do you have?
About a day. We're going to do half rations just so we can survive.
Mm-hmm.
How about we cut to this radio signal to the east and hope there's something there we can buy?
Sure.
And then we'll head to the 5 and head south. You got a route that we can take through there?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds good.
Drive on, my man.
Let's do it.
Do you guys head there?
Okay.
Now, we
do I
usually
need
end
to-
between 15 minutes from now to 45. You guys good to keep going, or?
Yep,
I'm
fine.
good to keep going.
Yeah, I'm good.
I know
So
the
do I
time
need to make a
changes
drive
made
check or
some
no?
complications for Matt as well, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good till 4.
Okay.
And on the hour, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Trying to be considerate.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need me to make a drive check?
It's up to you. If you make a drive check and you fail, it gets worse. If you don't, it's a static amount of time.
Use your luck.
Because I'm sure you wouldn't need it if you run into smokers. Burn it all now.
You can't fit down to where that water is, Cat.
Fine, I'll save it.
Oh, burn it all.
No, already needlessly burned some on shitty flip reading.
Alright. So it takes us the set amount of time.
So, you guys get there. Do you know what? It's really odd. As you come up over the side, there's some, like, glowing lights, like neon lights that came from, like, Night City or something. And there's this truck with an antenna on it. Radio station, essentially, podcasting.
Parked?
Yeah, it's parked.
Okay.
Let's see. You guys probably can't see quite yet. Since I didn't put your tokens on quite yet.
This sounds way too similar to arcade.
Paranoia, cha-cha-cha.
Which, if you don't remember, I did not have fun.
Wait, you
Yes,
had
you did.
fun? Sweet. I'm glad you had fun there. Should we go back?
Let's go back.
Alright, you should see now.
RV converted. Kind of looks like a...
No, it's actually a shipping container. A large shipping container on the back of a flatbed. With a whole radio gear and equipment strapped to the top of the roof. Awnings or tents on the outside. Yeah, you guys should see it now.
Any
No,
people that we
I'm
can
not-
see?
I see it on the stream, but not on mine.
It says you
I
should
see
see
it
it.
on the map.
You're here.
Let me reload.
Oh, I know why. Nope, Zid, you're fine. I just realized. It created 2 Stitchers instead of taking you when I told it to.
Of course it did.
Alright, now you should
Following
see
you,
it.
Stitcher.
Yeah, do we... Is there anybody else? Anybody, like, how... I mean, somebody's driving it, but...
It's parked. It's sitting there. There's no one there. There's a whole little area outside. You actually see a little water dispenser. You know how they have at like stores where you can get, or you know, doctors' offices, little water things. They have that next to a workbench and a chair and a number of crates, stairs leading up into the back.
I'm gonna go for a full-on blown listen check to hear if I can hear any people.
Okay.
Is this like cover?
That is a bunch of crates that are covered in tarp.
They're
Harlan, you can barely make it out, but you hear humming along to the music inside the container.
Somebody inside the container. He's humming to the music.
hey, I mean,
He obviously likes it if he wouldn't be broadcasting otherwise.
right. Asking for water.
I say
See
we
if he's
just
on the
announce
crate.
we just announce our presence.
Yeah.
Shade, you wanna? Shade's already moved up, taking cover and hiding. Good. So I'm just gonna move out to where. Here, click back into this.
Yeah. Stitcher will open the back of the van.
I'm gonna get to about right there, and I'm gonna ho the radio station.
Hey, welcome. How you guys doing? Like over a loudspeaker, you hear this.
Desperately needing water. Do you have any for sale?
Sure, you
Or
want a
trade.
treat? Come on in.
Okay.
I'm
God.
gonna assume he's friendly, and I'm gonna come up.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and
Yep.
walk in as well.
Did not activate? It was supposed to. Interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't have the inside of the.
No, it does actually. It's just it didn't transfer you like it was supposed to. When you hit that little spot right there, it's supposed to send you in. For some reason, it's not working. Give me a moment.
Oh, LOL. Collides
see.
with the wall.
Oh. Why is it? Just what I'm trying.
Probably good to have one person
It's your
stay
cat.
back with the
They
van.
want love and affection, possibly food.
You're definitely. There's food in that bowl.
So tired.
Well,
Why I'm
that's
so tired today.
odd. It was supposed to activate when you stepped on it and transfer you to the scene. But are you guys all going in?
It's my intention.
I'm
Sure.
going in.
I will wait outside. I don't want to crowd the poor
Blackstone?
radio station person.
I'm gonna stay outside.
Okay.
That works. All right. Well,
That if anything shows up lunatic outside, then at least there's somebody out there to do something about it.
Yeah, I'm keeping a lookout on the horizon and up in the air. Zid has seen enough AVs to scare the bejesus out of him, so
Well, I mean, in the combat zone, AVs usually deliver troops or bombs, one or the other.
Well, that's like a doorway leading into the.
What's the order you guys go in?
I would assume Harlan first, Stitcher second, Shade last.
Yeah, I'll stay near the door so I can see both this container and outside,
Okay.
but be under cover of that tent at least so that if there's an AV, it doesn't spot me.
Oh, so are you staying outside Stitcher or Shade, or are you going in?
Just inside.
Okay.
Like
It's just
leaning
a-
on the
it's
door
just a
frame.
container, right? It's just like a shipping container.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'll be just basically standing in the doorway.
So, and the guy's
There's no
just,
other. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I
It
don't
took
have
a
an
moment
image
for
for
the
him, but
person to
he's
look.
just there chilling at his desk. He has like this
Oh, there
big
we are. Okay.
leather trench coat on, just working on his desk. He looks like he's fairly old. He has a medtech table and kind of like a dentist seat on the other side. So that is obviously like a medtech table. This is kind of like a dentist table or chair. Well, hi guys.
Don't look
What
like
can
a
I do for
mobile
you?
phone.
Actually, We are looking for water and was hoping you would either be willing to sell some or trade some.
Sure, how much you need?
Well,
What? A week?
5. There
At
are
least
for 5
4
people?
days for 5 or 6 people.
yeah, 4 days worth for a week for 6 people.
So, I don't know how much you drink. I mean, do you just want a 50-gallon barrel? Do you need a few of them?
Remind me how much.
like, you guys are probably shocked that he just is offering 50-gallon barrel of
50
water
gallons
out
of
here
water? Oh my
in
god.
desert area.
Because it's what, 1 liter a day and then per person a day or something like that?
You don't happen to be affiliated with Biotechnica, do you?
Oh, no, I hate those guys. They don't
Okay, fine.
work clean.
No,
Yeah,
you're.
We found that out the hard way.
Alright.
Stitcher, roll a cyberware check.
Ooh.
Either,
Cybertech?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Wrong
So
icon.
what is this? A mobile? This is a mobile Ripper Doc, isn't it?
Yeah. Mobile dentist, mobile ripper doc. Take a pick.
What'd you get?
Ooh.
Nice. 28. This guy looks to be very, very much cyberware.
Huh.
You mean like the guy's mainly cyberware anymore?
Probably. That's what Stitcher can tell based on the fact of how he's moving and his understanding of how organics and mechanics work.
Good job on installing all that.
Thank you. It's a pastime of mine to make sure I'm well equipped.
Well equipped and well oiled. No wonder you need all the resources.
I also don't need as much water this way, so it works out.
We'll take a 50-gallon barrel of water. What you want for that?
All right.
Just that's more than we need. That's why I just said we'll take it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm trying to remember the pricing on here. I believe it's
A lot.
50 units, so it was 10 per, so 500 euro bucks. He's
much
actually,
is
it
in
should
cash?
be 1,000. But he's like, give me 500 euro bucks. You guys know usually it's 2 euro bucks per instead of 1 out here.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll
Stitcher
go.
will elbow Harlan real quick and like, we have that in stash, right?
Is there anything else you guys need?
Well, that depends. What do you got in stock?
Do you want me to dock the
What are you
500 from
willing
the
to?
ledger?
Yeah, go ahead and please dock that from the ledger. Yeah.
I'll actually look around the clinic. It's like Stitcher will motion to Harlan. It's like, hey, you want to do the talking real quick? I want to take a look and see what he might be willing to sell us. That's
I'm sure he probably
Bad.
heard you, but
Oh,
take a
I
look.
did.
yeah,
I'm
well,
like, that's fine. He wants to take
my
a
friend
look.
just wanted to talk him anyway.
Sale for medical anyway.
Well, what do you want? Most of it's locked down and kept secret. You know, inaccessible until you decide. Tell me what it is you're looking for. Guns,
could you-
ammo, meds, outfits, clothes, food, pets.
Psychoactive drugs for the purposes of regaining humanity, along with the therapy that my med tech can do for me.
Well, okay, you have a med tech. Is he skilled enough to handle proper treatment?
You're talking to him.
Does he have the skills?
How long did it take you to put
Is he-
the eyes and arms back onto Black Zone? Like 2 hours? That was 2 cyber eyes and an arm.
2 eyes, 1 arm. What? 3 hours? But that was double checking my work.
So he's a noob. Got it. All right. Well, at least you should have the basic skills. We'll go ahead and get you those.
We also didn't have a full Ripper suite either to be doing that.
Oh, well, that's not
This
wise.
was all-
You should always be well equipped.
Kind of hard to do.
Right, but it was the equivalent of field surgery due to unfortunate circumstances.
Shade, roll a deduction while looking this up.
I also want to get a couple air hypos while I have the chance, because I think I'm out.
Are you looking for extreme humanity loss treatment?
Well, let's see. What is Harlan at for his humanity? I am at 15 of the 28 that I have total right now.
So standard humanity loss gives 6 recovery. Extreme is 40s.
Probably extreme at that point, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
I would like to get all of it back before I attempt to install anything else.
So for the amount that you said you need, it's going to be 500 euro bucks for the drug.
God damn.
I mean,
I'll kick in 300 of my personal. Can I get 200 out of the stash from that?
I'll kick in 100 on that. Make it 100 out of the stash.
I mean, I'm debating that with the rest of the party.
Oh, go ahead.
Is
Go
it-
ahead.
Okay.
We've got money,
It's
like,
fine.
and
Yeah, this is going to help long term.
and
I'm,
Zid's like, he doesn't want to like say out aloud to everyone, and certainly he's not in the room right now. But certain people know that he's got a check coming when we get to Night City.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Oh, you
Um,
took it off already.
Yeah, I took it off for myself already, and I put it down as meds.
I took my portion off as well.
Yeah, and then I took it off as well.
I am extra broke.
Right? You actually went negative. I was
talk
like,
about-
wait a minute.
After I just did it, I have 38 euro bucks, personally.
He has 53.
Yeah. There's still money in the stash.
Yeah.
What
And I can always go to
really-
grandma for a loan if necessary.
Is
Yeah.
there like a menu of things that we can pick from?
You just get to ask him.
Okay. Can you ask him about like stuff that increases body to like
I mean, are you asking about cyberware? Or are you asking
Yeah.
about...
Yeah, I am.
Really?
Thing that
Okay.
does it. It's about the only thing that
So-
does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Or
like
where?
some cyberware.
Body and bone lace.
That's one of them.
Muscle and bone lace. You have to have a bunch of that before you can even put in the linear frame.
Yep. Listen
So-
to that man. He has the book there and has actually read it.
Oh, he's looking through it right now.
I know, he's trying to find good stuff.
Yeah.
You're
So,
gonna get the actual rules for it.
actually, Stitcher will look at the Doc Cyberware again. It's like, you install muscle and bone lace on yourself before any of the other work, right?
I installed everything I needed. Well, had my machines do it, some of it. Or a friend.
Would you happen to have additional muscle and bone lace? Because there is a friend of ours that has taken a lot of punishment lately and could use some reinforcement.
Well, why does he just not avoid it? It works a lot better.
You know, he doesn't listen to his doctor's advice.
Oh, he's one of those. Are you sure you want to get that for him then?
Hospitalization to
Yes,
install. How long do
if
we
he's going
need?
to throw himself in harm's way, then at least there's a better chance of him surviving long enough to be treated.
I don't know if it's worth it. But if you want to pay for it, yeah.
How much?
All right. I'm trying to find it here.
363.
300. Oh, you're saying page 363?
Yep.
What is the cyberware actually called?
Grafted muscle and bone lace.
Grafted. Okay, I missed the grafted
And
part.
what's the does it have any requirements?
Yep.
Yeah.
Increase his body by
hospitalization
2?
to install. Yeah, each install increases your body by 2 for 1,000.
1,000 euro bucks.
You can install multiple times though, and you need multiple installations for certain linear frames if you want to go.
And it takes hospitalization. It takes 46 humanity.
Why you think it is that I haven't done anything beyond the brain dance recorder and the augmented hearing that I've got right now? Neuralink.
Are you gonna do it?
That's it.
It's up to the group. It's gonna cost 1,000.
And
much
Blackstone's
do we have?
making a lot of rolls.
We have
46.
What do we have?
What's that?
Yeah,
How much do you guys have
Yeah,
in the storage? Let's see.
we have
In
1700.
stash, you have 1,700 right now.
I have 500 by myself.
How long of a hospitalization are we talking?
I think it's based on the price.
Well, $1,000 sounds like premium.
Yep.
So that's a day, right? Or a week?
Standard it.
that's probably a week.
Didn't we put that chart in the pin stuff?
Yeah, we did. Hang on, I'm looking now. A day.
Oh, that's all in the core rulebook. Nice.
Premium stuff's a day. Or at least that's what the fabrication cost is. I don't know the fabrication
It's usually
time.
every six the same.
Surgery.
Upgrade, fabricate, invent, DV, and time.
Yeah. So I don't know if like the
I don't know if that
installation
applies
is
to
different.
cyberware, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I'm trying to find.
Could do a skin weave, maybe.
That's not gonna up my body.
Cyberware.
I mean, subdermal armor would probably help too, but I don't think that's really. That would just up my armor. It wouldn't up my body.
And it doesn't stack with that Born armor either.
Mm, nope.
But they both ablate.
Mhm.
Takes 4 hours. Installing takes 4 hours.
It's not bad.
Okay.
If you got okay, so I can do.
And it's supposed to be an
like,
additional 1,000 for installation.
Holy
But
shit.
2,000.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'll wait.
We need to do some jobs in Night City.
We do. No, we do.
before we do
That's
this kind
fine.
of shit.
So
It's fine. Thank you for.
appreciate you offering.
Yeah.
Right now, it sounds more like a flight of. It's more than we can give you in return. So we
As
will
they're
have to pass on that.
talking page, something doesn't sit right. This older guy out here on his own, ample supplies, and he's not hampered, yet they're saying there's raiders in the area.
Have you seen the smokers?
Oh, they don't mess with me.
Why not?
Oh, they learned it's not wise.
You supply them.
No.
Partially. I imagine you do that to everybody that passes by.
No. Not everyone.
Probably only the polite ones, and we all know the smokers are not polite.
You're a smart one.
Your generosity is appreciated.
You're polite.
So is there,
No deal. You're not polite. You'll probably fertilize the ground.
hey Stitcher, can you ask if there's something that we can do for him that would lessen the cost of that cyberware?
I'll look around.
I'm really of the opinion that we don't have time for sitting around out here in the middle of nowhere for a day, even a solid day right now. We're probably not going to be able to convince Click to wait that long. I mean, we obviously are going to probably. Oh, hold on, before I be an asshole. Would it be all right with you? What? By the way, what do we call you? What's your name?
You just call me Doc.
Fair enough, Doc. would it be acceptable for us and our other group of nomad friends to be able to set camp here for the night before we end up heading on for tomorrow?
Sure, I don't mind.
Anything we need to worry about here?
That I'm aware of.
Any repairs or similar that you need done while we are making camp?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Wouldn't
good at
be-
that.
I'd imagine between all the installs and then just you, so
I mean, you have to be if you're
gotta
on
be-
your own, right?
self-sufficient.
If I need something bigger done, I tend to go to the nomad camp and check in with them and get the work done. Works out. I like my independence.
Rare
Why?
find, good move.
Why the classical music?
Because it's good.
I can't necessarily argue with that. But... Anyway,
He almost
Alright.
looks a bit like a hunchback, but he's not slumped.
yeah, it's probably because he's got a fucking part. He's probably got a particle accelerator or something strapped into his back.
So,
Probably got extra arms waiting to burst down the non-polite ones.
so I'm gonna come in to the container now because they've been in there for a while, and I'm bored, so I'm gonna go inside the container.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna go load up the water. Where should I grab the barrel from?
Oh, it's right out
Okay.
front. He points out the little window and you see a 50-gallon barrel there.
I'm gonna go, and I'm going to, with an 8 body, would I even attempt to pick up a 50-gallon barrel of water? I think I'm gonna roll it to where it needs to go.
Zid's out there. He'll help you with the barrel.
Once we need to lift it, yeah. I mean, I'm a strong dude, but 50 gallons of water in a barrel is a lot of fucking weight.
And it's awkward, so
Yeah.
definitely need two of us.
Yeah, it's more that it's, kind of awkward. That
400 pounds.
Thank you. I was about to look that up,
8 pounds per gallon.
including the weight of the can.
Yeah, the water, yeah, exactly.
It's plastic.
I wasn't gonna try to lift it.
Big
but
blue
even
plastic. But yeah, no, it's heavy. 50 gallons of water is heavy. Water
Yeah,
is
it's
not
like 4
light.
pounds. So if I go into the container, and I want to know like what I'm like looking at, like I want to see if there's like something I have in common with Doc that maybe we can discuss.
Your arm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk my way into. If we're gonna be here overnight, I'm trying to talk my way into getting that graft in bone weave.
Stitcher will walk out of the van at this point. It's like, Doc, pleasure meeting you. Much appreciated. And he'll brush by Blackstone on the
Have a
way
good
out.
rest.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna load up the barrel of water. Look at Zid and say, this guy says we're welcome to camp here where he's got a kind of a safe zone set up if we're willing. Seems a pretty up and up, mostly cyberware individual. And I mean mostly cyberware.
All right. Well, set up.
You know,
So is it just
So
me
does he
there with him now?
really even move, or does he just sit in the chair the whole time?
He just sat in the chair. I mean, he turned around and looked at you guys and stuff, but that's about it.
Okay. He didn't get
Is it
up or
just-
anything.
Hmm.
All right, I'll nod to him and say thanks. Step outside.
Be safe. Enjoy your rest.
I'll let Click know as well. Hey, this is where we're gonna set up the camp for the night. I just got 50 gallons of water off this guy for 500 eddies.
Oh, excellent. Let me see if he'll some too. All right,
Ooh,
let's see.
crap.
Does it work now? No.
Oh, it's got me moving both things.
Yeah, you can just click off. I was hoping that the thing would work. It's supposed to send you inside and outside based on the tile. For some reason,
That's
the one's not working and the other is.
Yeah, it's connected both of them together.
Alright. I think I better finish up here in a sec, so.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys want to shop for or do?
I want to see if I can like roll to see if I can like lower the price, like maybe get a, I don't know, not 2 for 1, but like maybe installation for free.
Good luck with that. I don't think this guy does freebies.
All right.
You might be able to sell him one of your eyes and get installation on the other side of it free.
Yeah,
There's a negotiation, right?
No, the eyes are only like 100.
Trading? Be a trading check?
If you traded both your eyes and the arm, you might be able to get this armor.
Yeah, my trading sucks.
Yeah, if you got fixer roll ability at level 3 or 4, you can get 10% off.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can appeal to like the cyberware, like the fact that like he and I are both really good with like cyberware and things like that.
He probably doesn't consider you good based on the fact of how long he's been doing it, is kind of the thing. And I don't mean to be insulting at that point, but anybody who's been doing it for 20 or 30 years versus is going to have an advantage. If this guy's out here by himself doing this and is not really worried, the whole reason why I didn't press him on any of that is that I believed him when he said that they end up fertilizing the ground.
Probably wise to believe him.
No reason not to.
That's fine. I won't bother then.
Cool.
Okay. It's like I said, it's up to you. You just have to
No, that's fine.
determine
I mean,
how.
my trading sucks. So I mean, the actual direct roll would be terrible.
Low chance.
Yeah.
Insult the guy. That's definitely
I
what
don't
we
want to do
need.
that. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I mean, insulting the guy, I'm sure would go super well.
I mean, I'd get a slight shot up from all the weapons he's got.
Alright.
Yeah. All right.
I'm good.
So if you guys are good, that was a fun little encounter that I had planned from the beginning that you guys never went to.
Great.
No, that's okay. Fucking 50 gallons of water out in the middle of nowhere for the same price we'd be getting them in a major city is a huge deal for us right now. And we also, how much food did we still have? We were low, absolutely
food.
shit out of water, but we still had plenty of food for
25 units of food.
Yeah, we got enough for a few days.
Now with
Yes,
your
that's-
upgrade, you
we have to
have
restock.
60 units of water, 25 food, and you consume 5 per day.
We're good for where we need you to get to where we're going from here on out.
Right.
Assuming that we don't end up having a fucking van accident or any other issue.
You mean get
I'm not
stuck
talking
for a
about your
week?
driving. I'm talking about getting stuck by the week by getting
That's
ambushed by assholes.
Getting waylaid
That week
by.
you set in the desert, just fixing the van.
There's never assholes. What are you talking about? Never.
Don't get
All
called out by freaking Preston Garvey. Hey, we need you to rebuild the settlement.
Except it was just a van instead.
We've already doubled back so many goddamn times.
It's great fun.
Hey, we're just not going back. We're just not going back to Biotechnica City. We're fine.
Now, I will say,
Otherwise,
for you all to
therapy, and
feel
then I'm gonna have
so
to get
much
more
better
drugs.
about your decisions, this actually was the same guy who was to the southwest from the Biotechnica city that you went.
Huh.
Yeah, we chose to go to the city rather than to the radio station.
Aww.
So instead of
Biotechnica.
instead of visiting this guy, you
Arcadia.
did
Arcadia.
Bunnyville.
Half of it's basically run by Biotechnica. The other half of it was what was the other corp? I don't.
Nature Goon.
Militech?
No, Militech
No,
is just
Agricor.
contracted for security.
Oh, all right.
I'll close up here.
So-
Appreciate you running. I am
Oh, yeah.
real.
Yep.
Respected.
Take care.
Have a good one. See you, Matt.
See, Matt.
But we thank you all for viewing, viewers for being here. Hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed. Pick up not next Saturday, but the following one. Saturday we are off. That means the 25th, no game. The 2nd, there is a game. So enjoy your Turkey Day. Enjoy the time with family, friends. Until next time, as always,